Welcome to Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome, everybody. It's another night of encounters. Lucas Jackson, Kim, everybody coming in, Manuel. And things are happening. And things are happening in a good way. Good to see you, Whirlwind, everybody. TJ, everybody coming in. It's 11:06 on the East Coast of the United States. You're watching Worldwide, the show that's been on for 3 years. When everything else has disappeared, we've been consistently here giving you the cosmic truth, having people on top security clearance, talking about contact for up to 3 years. Hey, Mad2477, good to see you. And I'm going to show a video tonight that was from February. It seems like all the hoopla died down. And I don't think a lot of people knew about this video from China. I think the video's pretty phenomenal. And apparently it got all over the Chinese news in Fujian province in China. This is in February. So tonight we're going to show you that video, and we're going to try to post it on our Asteroid Command Spaceship News. And when you see this video, you'll see apparently what appears to be definitely a fleet of spaceships over the Fujian province in China. So not only are these things happening in the United States, they're happening all over the world. We just think it's happening only here because this is where we live. But in truth, it's happening everywhere, really. The major media, obviously, in China covered it. The major media here in the United States didn't do a thing. See? Uncle Bob, welcome to CT57. Welcome to the show. Tommy Taylor, welcome. You're watching Encounters. And we have our apple cider. If you're new to the show, welcome. If this is your first time watching Encounters, it's good. Acid TV, good to see you. Good to see you, Tommy Taylor. Everybody coming in. Riri, hey, Chesno, good to see you. Hope the dog is probably bigger than I am. Chesno, I hope the dog is enjoying life on planet Earth for the moment. And good to have you, Robin A1105, Silver Sky, Flossie Jane, a lot of good people. Dustin Holmes, new people, old viewers, people who've been with me since the beginning, and all the new people. Once you get on this show and you watch this show, you're going to be hooked for life. I guarantee you. You're going to be addicted to Encounters, because this show is nothing like anything else in the last 3 years that you probably ever would see or could see. We go where nobody else goes. That's right. We do. Hey, good to see you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gift. We appreciate it. Very nice. Diane Stadler, Christina. Thank you, Tommy Taylor. That's very cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Totally appreciate it. I'm just trying to read all the things. Riri, good to see you. TJ, an encounter. TJ says, I just had an encounter with... Let's get the complete sentence there. TJ, I want to hear what you got to say. That's what this show's about. See, this is what's good about this show. When I read the comments here, there are people that are having things happen on the cosmic level. So I want to see Stephanie. Good to see you. Linda. TJ, what was the encounter? Can you tell us what? I had an encounter in 2020, the priest. And let's see, TJ... I'm going back. It's TJ999. I had an encounter with what? TJ999. Are you still there? 3 buffet types of races. When you say buffet types, are you saying 3 different types of space people? Explain what you mean by buffet types. Oh, ask the TV, most definitely, for sure. Okay, so here's how it goes. We're going to do some definitely interviews tonight. I'm going to show the video from China from February a little bit later. You're going to love the video. I'm going to try to post it here on TikTok. But it's, again, from China. And this Chinese person recorded it. and you'll see it's pretty amazing. A fleet of spaceships over the Fujian province in China. Welcome to Encounters. I am definitely amped up and hopped up here in a good way, working on our intergalactic room here. We did some work on it today, and we just put another piece of furniture together for the crystals. But once this thing is all finished, you're going to get to see. I'll show live the crystal setup here, and the way we're setting up the crystals behind us is very much in a very high frequency vibrational pattern. So I'm setting everything up the way they're supposed to be that will allow for intergalactic communications. And there's a reason I'm doing things a certain way. I'm guided in a certain way. So when I do show you this room live out without the green screen, hopefully between now, probably by next weekend at some point, hopefully, or the following weekend, this room is going to be so cosmic, it's going to blow your mind. Guaranteed. Good to see you, Cubs USA, and everybody coming in here. Welcome to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here on planet Earth, Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, a contactee, host for 22 years of the Cosmic Eye radio show, former writer for Sedona Journal, if you've heard of Sedona Journal, which is sold in Barnes & Nobles and places like that. I'm a former writer. I used to write for it for about several years. And so I'm involved in the cosmic UFO thing for a lot of years. Hey, John, welcome, John. Good to see you. Everybody coming in here. One Toyota, thank you for being here. Lisa, welcome. MK, welcome to the show. And let me see who else we got here. We got a lot of folks here. Rowo 791, Daisy. Hey, Daisy. Jared, good to see you, brother. Star, good to see you. Javier, Daryl Nelson. Everybody coming in here. Welcome to the show. You're watching me, CmdrAleon, the host of the show, and also direct contactee, and also directly connected to what is called the Ashtar Command or the Ashtar Galactic Command, which are our space family, the star people. So I have a lot of things in my cosmic bio here, folks. You know, I'm not a beginner here. Hey, Kitty Mama, good to see you. So we're going to bring on TJ. You have to be over 18 years old to be on the show. No cursing on the show, no smoking on our show, no drinking on our show, no drugs on our show, no paranormal discussion, no politics, and no religion. And TJ is 45. So we're going to bring TJ up as our first guest. I'm really excited to have TJ on here to talk about his contact experience. And if you've had anything, get into the queue, the guest option. If you're having contact with space people, and I say the word space people, please get into the queue. Now, if you look at your TikTok screen, you'll see host, guest options. If you have that option on your TikTok, you can come on as a guest and share your story. All right, so get in the queue. I'm going to have TJ on as our first guest. And again, as you listen to the show and you feel more comfortable, we'll bring you on. So TJ, we're going to bring you on first. And let me go back to TJ. And TJ, we're going to bring you on camera too. So TJ's got enough followers to do that. We'd like to bring people on the camera if they have the... So I'm going to press the camera option here. And I want to welcome TJ to the show. I'm pressing my button here for the camera. Welcome to the show. Where are you located?
Oh, I'm from Chicago.
Ah, great. Good to have you with us. Are you able to come on camera?
Yeah, let me see.
I'll press the camera option if you don't have it right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just have to save it.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, TJ.
Hey, what's
Thank
up,
you,
man?
sir,
What's
for coming
going
on the #1 talk show on UFO spiritual areas. So tell us about yourself and when things started. I was interested in the beginning of a person's history with this. How did this whole thing happen with you?
I was staying like in this building, and I was staying on the 9th floor. It wasn't too far from Lakeshore Drive. You know, I'm in Chicago, so
Yeah.
I started looking out the window around 6 o'clock in the evening and stuff like that. Start seeing all types of stuff in the sky, and I'm like, oh, okay, them probably stars. Look around, they get to moving, and then they getting in packs and stuff like that. I posted a lot on my page. I seen all types of crafts and UFOs. And one
Mm-hmm.
time I woke up like 4 in the morning, It was like an alien alignment. It was right outside my window. It was
Hmm.
like all type, like a bright stars and like a rainbow type pattern right outside my window. So it was shining in. It was shining in the apartment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I left the blinds open, and it was crazy. I kept seeing them after that. Now this was like 2023.
23.
Twenty,
Okay.
yeah, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it all started though. I mean, that wasn't my only, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, encounter. I had an encounter one time. It was like a triangle type
Mm-hmm.
ship.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was lights on the side. It was like hydrogen lights.
Okay. Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking at it. And then it was like it was a triangle ship. Like it was like the size of, I'm gonna say it was bigger than a regular house. It was big, like it was real big. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
1,000 feet in the air. Looked
And was this
around.
where was that location of that sighting in Chicago?
Yeah, that was in Chicago. That was let me see. I want to say 2004 in July.
In July. Okay.
So there was another person had seen the same sighting on another side of Illinois, but it was like that's the direction it flew in too. The
Yeah.
side where they said they seen it at, that's where it flew at. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
flew in that direction. So when they seen it, it was on the same day. I was like, wow, it was crazy. But to make a long story short, yeah, it was green and it was white. So it tripped out. I thought it came from an air show. I had to call somebody and ask them,
Wow.
like, you know what I'm saying? Did we have an air show or something going on? Hey, what's going on?
And Chicago is near the lake region, correct? You're like near it
Certain
abuts the
parts.
lake. Certain parts do, and
Yeah.
there's been a lot of activity over the lakes over the years. So let me
Yeah.
ask you a question: when did you, as an adult, first have all this stuff start happening to you?
Oh shit, I had to be like 20, 23.
23. And you
Yeah.
mentioned you had contact with three different space type people or beings. Can you tell
Yeah.
us about that
Yeah.
too?
That's what I was talking about. That was one of them was the triangle and the triangle ship. That was one of them. And the other one was when I had told you about the orbit lights that was outside my
Right.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was so bright. That was crazy. And like it was flowing in like the lights from the outside was coming in.
Wow.
Tripped me out. But you know what's crazy about that? That same building burned down.
Where the objects were?
Yeah, that same
Really?
building burned down. Yeah, it
How
was in
long
Chicago.
after that UFO sighting or sightings did that happen? Would you say?
Probably like, it lasted. It went on for like a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
only lasted a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, whenever people tell me their stories, which are really good, I mean, this is how we document things. We also, I have a YouTube channel where I put all our encounter shows on. So we have, for the past 3 years, mostly every show that we've ever done.
right.
So I want to ask you, beyond the visual aspects, have they physically tried to contact you in any of these sightings that you've had visually? I always find it fascinating to hear if anything like that happened. I know it doesn't happen all the
Now,
time. Nothing like
now,
that, huh?
in that same building I was talking about, one day I just was thinking I was with a lady or something. I guess I was asleep and I was thinking I was with a lady or something, but I woke up, my leg was in the air. It still wigged me out to this day. And I'm
Hmm.
like, who in the bathroom? Tripped me out, like, who in the bathroom? I don't know why I thought somebody was in the bathroom, but my leg was in the air. And I'm like, I'm by
Wait a minute.
myself. I only stayed by myself.
So your leg was in the air, like you're faced in the air.
Yeah.
Was your body facing the opposite of the ceiling, or was just
Nah,
how
I
did that
was just
happen?
laying down, and you know how you would just have your leg up like that.
Yeah,
But you know, when you in a dream world, you don't do stuff like that.
yeah.
So that kind of wigged me out, and I was like, yeah, this building kind of creepy.
Did you have a sense that maybe, and again, there's no way of verifying this yet, but if you were to meditate on it in a little bit, Do you have a feeling that you did when that happened? That something weird did happen, like there was something going on other than you just having physically moved your body in a certain way. That something else is going on, but you can't figure it out, right?
No, I can't figure it out.
Mhm.
I was trying to figure it out. I was wondering why would that happen? You're in a dream. You might talk in your sleep, but you don't
Right, in a
actually.
dream.
You
So
probably
do you
move.
do you think, TJ, that you might have had missing time when that happened? Instead of a dream, you actually did actually have something happen, but it was supposed to be looking like a dream when in fact, when I hear stories like this, the dream is not a dream, although it's meant to look like a dream, something else happened and you had missing time. I'm not suggesting
So
it did,
So let
but
me tell you,
potentially.
all the time dealing with whatever I was seeing, I was recording it. I was putting it on my page. I was putting it on TikTok. It's a lot
Yeah.
of it on TikTok. It ain't no
Yeah.
CGI, ain't nothing. Like it's all
Right, right. I
real.
gotcha.
So it was like one day I was recording some stuff, and I recorded it, and when I went back to look at it, it was running. The screen was running. Like, you know what I'm
Really?
saying? Yeah, like it was an old TV. You know our phones don't do nothing like that.
No,
So
that's weird, man. That
so I
doesn't do that.
erased it. Yeah, so I erased it. You know, it tripped me out. So I said I wasn't gonna record no more. So the next time I went to record, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Let me tell you, the next time I went to record, I had some friends come over. They was drinking. So the next morning I wake up and then I go wash the dishes, right? Now, I
Hmm.
said I wasn't going to record no more, but I did
Right.
record some stuff, some activity. So the glass just actually broke and went through my hand.
The glass broke and went through your hand.
Yeah,
And
like
was this during a sighting
this was after I recorded the sighting.
after you recorded the sighting?
Yeah, after I woke up the
Wow.
next morning
Yeah,
and I
this
washed
is,
the dishes and you know, it went straight through my hand. It was crazy.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was like blood was coming from my hand all the
Oh
way
my
to the
gosh.
ceiling.
That's
You know, I
crazy.
I think I lose the feeling or whatever, but
Hmm.
I'm still able to move it. You know, it's crazy.
And this is when you were actually awake, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he was awake when this happened, folks, just to give a perspective. Now,
Hmm.
I've been involved in this stuff for years. Well, when I was a kid, I've been to hundreds of sightings, but
Hmm.
in terms of your sighting, the interesting part of this is I listen to every word my guests say. And when I find something that I can help you with, it sounds like that spaceship, that UFO, did something. Now, you also mentioned the TV thing with the TV screen going kind of weird.
No, it was the phone. I had
The
recorded it on
phone,
the
the phone
phone, and it
screen,
was running like a TV screen,
like a TV screen, right? The phone
like an
was going
old,
weird on the video
yeah,
camera, correct?
yeah.
Yeah, that there is definitely something weird going on with that. That they affected your phone, which they can. You know, the
Hmm.
beings on that ship, because they were on a ship, we call it a UFO. They evidently were doing stuff to your phone. They knew what they were
Hmm.
doing, obviously, and so I can at least tell you to give you some closure. At least I understand that. The other thing with the glass breaking, that's pretty weird. Like I don't know if it was the energy of their spaceship. I've never seen that happen before. You know.
Hmm.
So
So I
after
was
all that
thinking,
happened, how did you feel about? Were you kind of starting to think that maybe you're not just video recording spaceships? That maybe they're doing stuff like trying to? I don't know.
I felt like, I felt like it was some good ones and probably some bad ones because I had a lot of
Yeah,
sightings. Because
yeah.
I even seen a sighting with one of them. He looked like he was a fighter jet or something,
Hmm.
and whatever was in there, I don't know if it was a mask or whatever. They looked directly at me, and it was like it flew
So let's slow you down.
like
So
that.
the one that looked like they were in a fighter, TJ, that's amazing. So when you saw that, was that in your inside of your apartment, looking out of the window?
The looking out the window, yeah, and I
So you're
had
looking out the window.
it scared me when I seen them look back at me. I was whoa. I closed the blinds quick. You know,
So
I,
this person or this craft that
mhm.
they as they're going by, they look directly at you, correct?
Yeah.
Can you explain what they looked like?
I don't know if it was a mask. I don't know. It was
They had
like
a mask
crazy.
on.
It was like dark in there. It was like light, but it was dark in there.
Dark.
Yeah, it was light, but you could see but you couldn't see it. Like you could see one that I had posted on my
Yeah.
on my page. It was like one of them was like a bell I seen. It was like a
Hmm.
bell, and it had a being sitting in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it had a being sitting in it. And that came straight from the window.
And was the
Uh,
being in a spaceship, or what was the object
it,
looking
the
like?
ob-
That's the
it
thing.
was a bell. It was like a bell. I posted on my page.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely have to check that out. So, yeah, I definitely think that you weren't just videotaping and documenting things in Chicago. I think they were having contact with you, and the fact that you mentioned this specific being
Hmm.
tells me that, and the fact that he turned or it turned and looked at you,
Yeah, and
knew
that
that you were
scared me.
there.
I had closed the blind real quick when I seen it.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, when I opened it back up, he was
yeah,
like way back. He was like way back there. He was turning like green and orange. It was like a
really,
ball of like energy, yeah. And I was like,
really.
whoa. And it
So
spooked me.
was it the craft or the being that was changing his color?
It was the craft.
The
That
craft,
yeah,
multicolored craft.
yeah.
Interesting. And the being came. How close was the being when he turned and looked at you past your apartment?
Um I wanna say the plane was like or the I don't know what it was. It was
The
like
object, yeah,
yeah, the object was like probably like 500 feet.
500 feet from your apartment complex,
Yeah,
and you had visual, like
on the
direct
ninth
visual,
floor. Yeah, because I was
right?
on the ninth floor. Yeah,
Wow. And the space being turns, looks at you, goes by you, and then
yeah,
the
and
multicolored thing
then
happens
yeah,
with
and
the
then when
craft.
yeah, because I closed the blind back, and when I opened it back, he was way back there, and he
Oh my
just
gosh.
started changing colors. I'm like, whoa, that's wild as
Yeah.
hell. And I ain't never seen nothing like that. So as
Yeah.
far as like what's happening now, I already knew it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So in
it even it
yeah.
even happens still. Like I see it in Chicago all the time. I see all type of
See,
stuff
you're
going on
having constant communications with space beings. I'll say space beings. I don't ever use any other word for that. Now, I don't know who they are because I read energy. I've been gifted the ability to do that.
there. I know
I
it's
have.
more than one race of them.
Yeah, you're getting more than one race.
Hmm.
Can you tell us which ones you feel are not, like, you don't feel scared of? Are there sightings where you see them and you say, "Wow, that's a beautiful energy coming from that, like, spaceship or whatever"?
You said, do I
Do you
feel
get
what?
do you feel like the energy, like when I've had sightings? Usually, I'll always feel the energy from my sightings over the years. Like, I'll say, "Oh wow, that feels really good," like a vibe, like a real good vibe about it. Or no, like you say, some of them are bad. You get a bad vibe, a good vibe, right?
Yeah. No, no, I don't have no feelings from it. It's just like when I just see him, I'm like, I knew this shit was all a lie, like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it
yeah,
was extra people, extra, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just think your stories are fascinating. I want everybody to follow TJ's page. I'm going to get a look at your stuff too later, if not tonight,
yeah.
tomorrow, so I can actually learn more about all the stuff you've documented, because that's what it's about. It's about documentation, really.
You ever heard of the Martian Congressional Republic?
No, tell us about that. What is that?
You ever heard of the Galactic Federation?
Well, I work with the Ashtar Command. Believe it or not, they're watching my show right now. This is going to blow your mind. I have a mother, a father, two sisters, and a brother on a spaceship right now, and they are watching my body, my space body's in stasis. You know what stasis is?
No.
Stasis is, like, for example, everybody has what they call a space body that's protected.
Hmm.
So we have a human experience. We have parents, we have cousins, relatives, right?
Hmm.
Uncles, aunts. But on the spaceship, the body that's in stasis is protected. It's in a stasis of protection until we physically complete our experience on Earth, a star seed or what have you. Then, when we leave this body, if we choose to come back, we can come back, or we go into our body in stasis, and our space consciousness goes back into the body, and we wake up. Stasis is just a form of sleeping until we come back and awaken. So I've heard of all these other things, but the Ashtar Command actually represents all the various galactic groupings. It's the highest level of the spiritual cosmic area for everything and for contact. So there is,
Okay.
it's very, no
Yeah.
matter what
Are they
words we
from
use, it's pretty
Asgard?
similar. They're not just from any one place. They're from all over the multiverse. They come from
Okay.
different planets. So it's not any one group that's ahead of any other group. But the
Mm-hmm.
highest levels, the space beings, they work in a thing called Christ consciousness, cosmically speaking, not an Earth-based 3D thing.
Right.
They all live in it. Their families live on
Christos.
planets in that consciousness
Right. Okay.
in harmony. Yeah, I'm
Right.
very familiar with what you're trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, all that's crazy. It's unbelievable, but it happened. I got the proof. I got the
Oh, it's
receipts.
believable. On this show, everyone says you're not going to believe it. I keep telling people, stop saying we won't believe it. You're crazy. You're not. Everybody on this show is like the top show on the world in terms of a talk show on the subject for 3 years. And I've been in radio for 22 years on NPR radio and a
And I
contactee.
think
So it is believable.
and I
Absolutely.
think the only reason why you see them from like the water, like I think the portals, you know what I'm saying, is in the ocean. Like that's
Yeah.
how they get to Mars or wherever, or to
Yeah.
wherever planet they want to go to. It's from the ocean.
Yeah.
Because beyond the firmament, you're not going beyond that.
Well, you know what? The firmament, I want to just educate people about that. I 3 years ago busted everybody about the firmament
Mm-hmm.
because the firmament does not even exist. We can't, go to certain things only because we're not advanced in our ability to go to where they live. But
Mm-hmm.
they can come here and come and go out of what you call portals, galactic portals. There are
Mm-hmm.
portals all over the planet. There are portals over Bahamas off the Florida coast. That's one of them. There are portals here in New England off towards Cape Cod. There are portals off the coast of Malaysia and China. These are galactic. They're everywhere. There are portals over the lake region where you are, off of Lake Michigan. There are intergalactic portals where they come and go as they please. Absolutely.
Oh, and you asked about the Martian Congressional Republic. You can look
Yeah.
them up on
Yes.
Google, and you know what? I don't even know how I came across them.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Well. Well. You are
And they even
definitely in
got a
a.
flag and everything. They got a flag
Yeah.
like we got and everything. It's crazy,
I
you
have to
know.
check that out. But you are definitely a soul that's awakened. You're a cosmic soul that's awakened. You're not asleep, which is good.
Hmm.
You're aware of things. And what's going to be happening is there's going to be a time when we're going to have contact on this planet, probably and I'm being conservative when I say this, anytime between now and 2026. There's going to be, that's why all these sightings of orbs are happening. That's why originally the media started talking about it, and then they now have hushed up. Now
Hmm.
on here on TikTok, on
Even
my show here,
Congress even
yeah,
testified. Even the
oh yeah,
military, everybody.
oh they know what's going on, but we know what's
Hmm.
going on better because the people like yourself,
Hmm.
you're videotaping and documenting stuff they're not talking about on NBC News or BBC News. The people on my show are contacting me all the time. People that have heard of the show, they've got documented videos of orbs, spaceships. I have people on my show that have been taken on spaceships physically with good people. So
Hmm.
this is where it's happening. We're disclosure. It's not going to happen on Washington. It's going to happen right here with all of us coming together collectively.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So add me, and
Yeah,
I
you're
already added
definitely.
you. And
I'm
definitely,
adding you as a friend,
and thanks
and
for
I'm following you,
having me
brother.
on your show, man. Because it's been
Oh,
an
you've been a
honor
blessing.
being on your show and telling my story, man, and letting y'all listen. And yeah, you can check it out though. But definitely check out the MCI because that's really wigged out.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out for sure. TJ,
Hmm.
everybody in Chicago, and I know you're still documenting stuff. I
Yeah.
got a feeling I want you to do some meditation on these different beings that are contacting you, and
Hmm.
try to go into what we call a cosmic Christed state in meditation. Maybe tonight, after becoming friends and talking to you, I got to know you better, and I can read energy. And if you meditate, just meditate and just go into a breathable state of going in and out of your breathing through your nose. And then when
Yeah.
you do that, maybe spend 20 minutes doing that before you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, say that I wish to connect with my Christ cosmic space family, and just keep it at that motion. It can be repetitive, like an Om or U. I want to contact my cosmic, galactic space, Christed conscious or Christ space family, and use the word Christ in it. And this way, you're zooming in on a very high frequency, which you probably already know, but you just zoom
Yeah.
in on that frequency. And even if it doesn't happen tonight, if you practice it, they will hear you because
Yeah.
you're having
I
different
know
kinds of
all about
contact.
frequencies. I mean, I
Yeah.
ran into a guy one day. He was an African guy like me. I was getting some coffee. I didn't even run into him. I was just getting some coffee. And his
Yeah.
frequency was so high, I almost passed out.
Wow. That can
And he
happen, you
walked
know.
away. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And he
He
just
might have
walked
he might
away.
have been a space person.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
When
wow.
you looked at him, what did his face look like? When you looked at him, that's what I'm very interested to know.
He looked dead at me, and he looked directly in my eyes, and I looked at him, and I was like, whoa. Then he looked around again. When I said whoa, he walked out.
Yeah. And how
And I
tall was
said,
he? Are you still there? What's going on here? Uh-oh. TJ, are you there? Weird things are going to happen, folks. I got a feeling. TJ, are you there? Weird things are happening, folks. Ah, only on encounters. Only on encounters. Only here on encounters. Oh, okay. Wow. We just lost. I hope he's all right. You all were here when this just happened. Look, there's no tricks here. My show for 3 years, there's things that happen here that cannot be explained. Okay? It's great to be the number one spiritual UFO talk show, but that just was weird. TJ, I hope you're all right. Now, I've had this happen with other people. They just they're gone. I hope he's okay. Okay. Chief, so I want to get some of these interviews here. Yeah, he froze and then he disappeared on encounters. This is the weird thing. He was talking about the person that he met that had very high energy, frequencies of energy. And when he talked about that, I said, "What did he look like?" He stared right in my eyes, he said. And then he said he walked away. After he told that story, and I'm not making this up, you all were here. After he told that story, his phone froze and he disappeared. I didn't do anything. I'm right here. You know, I'm just right here. I was trying to get information about. I truly believe the person was a space person wearing regular human clothes, and when he looked at him, and then he turned away. There are space people here on Earth that physically came off ships that live amongst us, and I think I would like to know more about that. I hope he's all right. I'm going to try to get him back on here. You know, that was that was strange. Only on encounters could weird things happen. We have plenty of time here. We're going to get to people. I'm randomly doing this thing here. Let me see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to bring up G Hove and then Music Love and then the Priest. So it's going to be G Hove, Music Love, and the Priest. G Hove, you got to be over 18. Okay, let's not go there, Christopher. Christopher is going to be going bye bye. Bye bye, Christopher. Uh, G Hove, welcome to the show.
Hey man, how you doing?
We're doing well. Can you come on camera?
Sure.
Great. I hope you don't disappear on a spaceship during the broadcast
Oh
here.
no,
Weird thing.
I'm out here with my guy Skies. He's like right there.
Okay, good.
So,
My other guest just poof disappeared. You're going to understand if you're new to the show. Things happen here on a galactic scale that cannot be. There's no way that can be. There's nothing I can say about it. It's just things happen here. But oh, there you are. Hey, G Hope, welcome to the
there I
show.
am. I was looking
All
at
right.
Skies. He's out tonight.
Oh, good. And
Yeah,
tell us
yeah.
about your story, where you are, and give us some background about when things started happening for you.
Oh, so my journey started back in November, like shortly after that feast holiday or whatever they wanted to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, I started seeing these things that people were calling like chemtrails or contrails in the sky or whatever.
Yeah.
But what I was noticing about them was that they were like covering the sky. And at first, I kind of was going along with them until something just started making me like keep following them like every day. So I started like following them like every day, and then I don't know. One night I happened to be looking in the sky, and I started seeing skies. I named them skies, but I started seeing him. He was smaller, but he was like making like he was going up and down. He started writing in the sky, and then I started communicating with him. And it started a couple months ago. And we've been together ever since for 3 months
Mm-hmm.
now straight. But the frequency that he gave me, to be like totally honest, was like
Mm-hmm.
I got a chance to see. Um, like first of all, it's like he felt like he read my entire DNA. Like let's just be honest right there. Like felt like
Yeah.
he read everything about me. That's the first thing. And then the second thing was like it was like I got a real fast track glimpse. Like it was like of the world of destruction. And then there
Hmm.
was like a frequency that came over me that was kind of like love, moral accountability, empathy, and one mankind. That's
Mm-hmm.
everything that
And
has
can you
stuck with me.
tell us what he looks like? Because when we talk about the space people, the one that when your contact started happening, which I've had a lot of contact, he's on my show in the last 3 years that do have similar things happening with real contact being made. Tell us, can you tell us a little about where he comes from, or
Just more like
tell us
a light being. Like
a light being.
he's like a light being, and
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
like honestly, he's like a light being,
Yeah.
and he just amplifies what's already inside of you. He like sort of
Ah. Okay.
makes whatever's inside of you come out more,
All right.
but like he more so like okay, so when I'm speaking about love, it's because it already saw the destruction.
Yeah.
So the only thing that could conquer that destruction would be love. That's the
Yeah.
download that I received, along
Mm-hmm.
with one mankind and empathy. Them three things stuck out: empathy, moral accountability, one mankind, and love. Those things stuck
Yeah.
out. Moral accountability was a big one.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
big one. That was a big one.
And also, we just want to say TJ's back. I think his phone died. So welcome back, TJ. Just was like concerned. But yeah, what you're saying is so true, brother. It's like the light beings are a part of the galactic forces of the command. The light beings are very beautiful. There are men and women who are light beings, and they are absolutely like what you're saying, as you describe them, they are light beings.
Yeah.
And they're all part of my parents are human, but they are space people on a ship watching the show right now. And they have. I've been on the ship astrally last year. I don't always remember things, but I was on the ship. There was a white room with monitor screens, not like a TV screen, but they have like what I call a monitor screen, and they could monitor anything in the universe, and including our broadcast. So when I'm on live, they are watching everybody here. They can read comments. They see you. They see me.
Mhm.
They're watching the show. There's many space people within the command that are watching the show. Many more than even I can possibly imagine. Yeah, so it's pretty amazing. And what you're talking about is amazing too.
Yeah, it's happening, man, and it's led me to a point in my journey because like I said, I've been going on with this since November to just thinking about the world holistically and feeling like this sort of like spell we've been under, so to speak, and
Mm-hmm.
just feeling like a sense of urgency to bring people together from
Mm-hmm.
all walks of from different walks of life, and
Yeah.
sort of like returning back to the regular form of living that we were before, where we actually grew our own crops, had our
Yeah.
own irrigation system,
Yeah.
and things like that. That actually we survived off the lands together, coexisted together as just one. So that's kind of
Yeah.
like where my journey is like kind of like taking me at right now, and so that's what I'm doing. I don't feel anything differently other than what I felt. I know what I saw. I know what I see
Yeah.
on a constant,
Right.
and I'm just kind of like just like I have deprogrammed myself from everything that I did know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
just allowing free absorption, so to speak, right
Mm-hmm.
now. Um, just freely, just being freely and allowing what's around me to take shape, because I understand that thought is light. I
Yeah,
understand how frequency, I'm beginning to understand more how frequency actually works.
yeah,
And I think that it's like saying, like, you, Commander, like, you being in your respective spot where you at, and you have the type of intelligence and frequency that you have, and then I'm over here with the type of like-minded frequency, right?
that's right.
But we're not connecting on a frequency that we would if we were actually right together, all of
Right.
us in one central location. It would kind of like blow this thing apart, right?
It'd be
And
too
I
much.
think, I think it'd be a lot. And so I'm kind of like more like, that's the vision I was given. So I just kind of like want to stick to that, and I'm just loving it because I feel like I'm getting more from other light beings, other light folks who are sharing in their knowledge. This has forced a awful lot of research, going back to earliest civilizations and cultures that existed
Yeah,
far before our existence,
that's right.
um, and forcing us to deal with the truth and be morally accountable.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You know, your energy is really beautiful. I read energy. If you're new to the show, I've been gifted the ability to do certain things with the palm of my hand, and I've been teaching people recently, most recently, on our Saturday nights. We do a thing called Ashtar Command Talk, and it's about connections with our star family. And it's a beautiful night. And you know, during the week we do our regular encounters, but we do. There's no way I cannot talk about the galactic levels of love because that's where I come from, you know, so I completely vibe with everything you say. And for me, I grow organic things. Like I get all my seeds. I do hydroponic growing from seed starter kits. I'm going to be putting in our meditation room here, and we're in New England, so pretty soon I'll be starting
wow.
seeds. You know, and I believe in infusing light in everything I grow. And so I completely get it when you're talking about growing things from the land. Our space family, my space family on the ships, they actually have they're all vegetarians. They don't eat, they never, all the planetary systems where they come from, none of them eat meat. They can create something that looks like maybe like a fried chicken, but
Good.
it's really it looks like a fried chicken, but it's a vegetable.
Yeah, I'll
That's
be
how
real honest
advanced they
with
are.
you. I'll be honest with you, Commander. It's like ever since this connection has happened, there's not been such a there's not an emphasis on eating certain things
Yeah,
anymore. There's more so emphasis on just like, getting to work. I think we've been complacent in
yeah,
our living, because a
yeah,
lot of us have just been existing and not living, and we haven't been tapping into our passions of who we truly are. And I think
yeah.
that's what's happening
Hmm.
right now. I think there's a particular force around us that does not want to see this interaction take place, but I think there's
Yeah.
just far more too many of us who are actually having these
Well, you know what it
experiences.
is? Gee, we actually the Ashtar Command, all the galactic forces of light, we outnumber. We're taking out. Not when I say that, we're taking off planet one way ticket. And I work with them on this. They're taking out the let's say the low vibe beings. They're being taken off planet now. They've been here for a long time because it's time for contact. It's time for us to shine in our light. You, everyone in my audience, it's time to live in harmony with the universe, live in love, and that's where we're going. I mean, if you watch the news, the same. I tend not to try to watch it. They have me monitor it sometimes, but when I see it, it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing. It's just program, program, program.
Yes.
It's to program people into a position of not being able to be higher consciousness. And we're here to liberate consciousness. That's what my
Wow.
show's about. We're here to liberate consciousness, to wake up everybody and bust the matrix, which is what I'm all about, you know.
Yo, I
And I,
love it. I
yeah, that's
love
what
it,
I do here.
Commander. Yo, I
Yep.
love it. Like, cause like it's just crazy. It's like a deja vu moment happening right now, right? Cause it's like this is the stuff that I'll be that I if people, my followers, people that follow me, this is the stuff that I talk about. But to actually, and this is what I preach to people every single day, because it's like, in order for your frequency to align, you have to align yourself around like-minded frequencies. If you
Hmm.
like me, I've learned now. Like, I'm a lot more humbler now because I learned that I don't have to entertain certain things, like in commentary, so to speak. When people are making comments or cross commenting, I've
Right.
just learned they're if they're not on our frequency, we don't have to dismiss them, so to speak, but we
No.
can kind of just continue to just deliver the message, because that's our vessel form, right?
Right. And then, you know, the thing is, there's not, and I've said this before, I've had top security clearance people on this show who were with the DOD when it first started. in the first 3 years, I've had people that had retired with top security clearance, and I've come to the understanding in all these years and my own contact experience as a kid with space people that in 70 years of hiding the truth to the public of the world, not just it's not like one country, but for hiding the truth to the whole population of Earth, which is billions and billions and billions of people, they can't hide it anymore because now with all these orbs that are coming out of the ocean and in the sky, these are from big spaceships. These orbs are being sent down
I
to get
said
us ready
that.
for contact. That's what's
Yo, I
happening.
said that without even yo, it's crazy you said that because I said that. I said, yo, this has got to be because I'm not just some follow by night person. Like I'm a
You're not.
researcher, right? And
Yeah.
so it's kind of like when I said, well, if we're seeing these at the level that we're seeing it at, then they have to be coming from something that's a lot bigger than what they are, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just common sense in my book, right? And it's like once the veils come off, you can kind of like see everything. And then meditation, I was hearing you earlier of why that's so important, because that's part of manifestation and it's part of bending reality and understanding that thought is life.
Right.
And
Right.
breathing is an important aspect of that. So I think that for those that who are coming to, because I noticed that a lot of people reach out to me and be like, what, I do try to meditate, but nothing's happening. And I think it's because of the breathing. They're not understanding that part
Right. The
of breathing
breathing.
in through your nose and then coming out through your mouth part.
And a lot of times, when we do on our Saturday night thing, and I've actually, with my palm on my hands, I'm not doing it tonight, but I've taken out low vibe implants that have been put on people in their bodies. And I'm going to say for entertainment purposes only when I say that. It's true. My father gifted me, he touched my forehead. And when I was on the ship, astral travel to the ship, he gifted me the ability to do this. I actually have removed tons of implants from people on my show here, and it's all documented on my YouTube channel. And yeah, the people after the implants are taken out, I give them some things they need to do, and I clear all the energy in their physical home, but I also clear out their body of any residual energies, and then they'll tell me they've never had any more problems with low vibe ETs or whatever. That's one of the things. The other thing I've done is I've tested my abilities to unblock consciousness, meaning there are people that, they're not, like you were saying before, they don't get the breathing right. They say they're trying to do it, but they're trying too hard to do it. So when you're trying too hard to do something, sometimes you don't end up doing anything because you're trying too hard to do it. So I say, stop using the word, I'm trying too hard to do it, or I'm trying hard to do it to do what you're telling me to do. All they need to do is, like you're saying, a couple of breathing exercises in and out of the nostril 4 or 5 times or 10 times. That relaxes consciousness. That relaxes the human body and the human person. Because if they're not relaxed, they cannot do something without being totally relaxed.
Are you able to talk about the wars in between the clouds that we don't see, between like certain other species, maybe like the Greys or some of the Draconians? Are you
Oh
able to
yeah,
talk
I've
about
talked
those?
about them. I will say for entertainment purposes only that's all being stopped. That matter of fact, that has been stopped. What is happening now? More galactic forces of light are coming to Earth from all over the multiverse, and I don't just say the universe. I say the multiverse. And
Multiple.
people say, "What do you mean multiverse?" I said, if you expand consciousness from a 3D consciousness, which is confined in a box, and you break the box open, then there's no limitation. If there's no
Right.
limitation, that means there's a multiverse. When people talk about your figment that we can't go out of this, no. Somebody on the internet years ago, when the internet was created, said, we're going to tell people, some scientists or whoever, that we cannot break out of a figment. And I said, there is nothing like that. I said, that's an illusion. It's a program to control the consciousness. So you believe that you can't go anywhere other than around your planet on a jet to England.
Right.
It doesn't even exist. But there are people say, oh yeah, it does exist, Commander. It does not exist. It's
Right.
all an illusion. It's all again for entertainment purposes only. It's basically not true.
Right. For entertainment purposes. That's why I keep my hair covered now, because I realize the frequency, something's off with the Well, I know something's off with the frequency because I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at the
yeah,
calendar,
yeah,
and I look at in my studies in some of the some of the other countries who are operating off of a different type of frequency right now.
yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, so if we're not operating off of that frequency, that means we're operating off of a frequency. I
Yeah.
rather protect my frequency, and then in my meditation, I let out.
Yeah. And my friend Kate, who's on here now, she was on a show the other night. We'll bring her up tonight too. She's in Scotland. She's a beautiful soul. You'll love her. She's a contactee. She's physically been taken onto the ships of light by the space people, and we call them space people, and they are space people. So we'll have her on sometime. She's about four. It's probably about 4:55 a.m. over in Scotland right now. So you'll get to hear her too a little bit. And I'm just really happy that you're connected. For people that know what don't know what
Yes.
a light being is part of the Ashtar command. The light beings are not just a light being; they have a they are male and female. There are female light beings and male light beings. Now we might not understand how these light beings exist, but light beings, and again, I'm going to blow people's minds because I know a lot about them. They have families too. Light beings have
Yes.
families.
Yes.
They have little kids. They're light beings. Their kids are light beings. Isn't that amazing? You
It's the
know?
way it makes you. It's the way he makes me feel. I'm not gonna lie, guys. There's been days I've cried when I know it's kind of murky. I can feel him, but I don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's sort of been like my feelings. But I always know when at night when he's there, because my eyes I get like they'll actually tear. They'll tear. So I
Yeah.
know right where to find him. Like I know exactly where I can distinguish him from other orbs in the sky. But I
Yeah.
know he's mine because he mimics my communication. Like
Right.
my words, he's actually like taking it in. Then I learned how his frequency affects with planes. So like he could be like right in front of my window, and a plane could be coming directly across my
Mm-hmm.
window.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what he'll do is, depending upon how loud that plane is or how close that plane is, he will either block his frequency out or he'll block out altogether and allow the plane to just pass by respectfully. And then after the plane gets a short distance away from him, he reappears again, and then continues, I guess, what I would call our communication.
Yeah. So when you tell the story, that light being, whatever planetary system the light being comes from, you're connected to that galactic group with the light beings, even though you're in physical human form. If you were to physically leave your human form at some point, you have a choice to go back into your light being body. I talked about the word stasis. Do you know what the word stasis means?
Mm-mm.
Stasis, when your body's in stasis, that means that, like, my body, my space body, 7.5, maybe 8 feet tall versus me, is in stasis on a spaceship. All our bodies that are space bodies are in stasis.
Uh,
So you, as a light being, you are a light being connected to that light being. You probably come from the origin of whatever planetary system that light being comes from. So let's say, when you get to physically have contact again on a real level with many light beings, you
mhm.
might be taken on their ship to see your light being body and say, well, I have to finish out my life here on Earth, even though that we're living in peace and harmony. I want to finish out my life here on Earth, and you have that choice. It's a choice.
You
Or
know
you can go
what? And
back
I
into the
actually
body in
feel that.
stasis.
I feel
Yeah,
that now. Cause like a
yeah,
part of me felt like I did. First of all, a part of me always felt like I didn't. I don't belong here. But a bigger part of me felt like I needed to fix like a lot of stuff that's wrong here. Like I don't
yeah,
know. I didn't understand that part. But then when I made my connection, it just everything became clear.
yeah,
I
yeah,
embraced what was happening. Like people thought something happened to me. You gotta understand me. Like people really thought something happened to me. But I had to reassure them by just showing them live the things that were happening to me while they were happening. And they were like, well, how's it
yeah,
that you can see this and we can't? But then more and more people I started connecting with, and their testimonies were similar to mine. And the
yeah,
things that were happening with my light beings, the same thing was happening with theirs. So that's what made me think, well, dag, why are we all in different parts of the world and we're having these connections? What if we were all in one location together and we were all manifesting, or all of us were, or actually meditating on that frequency? What would that actually do?
yeah, yeah. And again, just let people know, if you're looking for Kate's interview, I do have two shows on backlogged, so they will be on Ashtar Command Spaceship News. On my go to my link in my bio. I do have, I think, two more shows to download on that on my YouTube channel, so you'll get to watch Kate's interview with me from the other night. I am catching up on bits backlog just to give people a little bit of information. But what you're saying is really true. So you feel that, and the reason why we're all connecting here is because it's time. It's time to us to shine in our light as people. When I use the word starseed, the way I define starseed might be slightly different than the terminology over the years. A starseed is somebody who volunteered but forgot. They volunteered but forgot. You have to forget who you are when you come here. We forgot who we were as babies. And then when we woke up and got older, when we were more of an adult, we started being activated to remember in our consciousness who we were. In your case, the light being came to you to remind you you're not from here. In my case, my star family came to me when I was a kid in the 60s. I went to my brother's room, opened the blinds, as flying saucer with beautiful light around it was hovering, and men, women, and older adults with light blue space outfits were looking at me and communicating telepathically. I didn't even know what the astrogram was or any of these words. But when I got older, I became activated and awake.
Yes, you can tell, like, because it's like frequency is real, and if thought is light, then thought has to come from a core of a space of nothing to become light. And so if that's the case, it has to be happening somewhere else, and it's our duty, our job, we bring it to fruition here. So if that's the case, then this vacuum that we've been living in this world is nothing but an illusion. And at any
Right.
given point that light frequencies want to attract themselves together, it can then bend, reshape reality, in fact, reshape the entire world if we wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely true. You know, absolutely true. There are people on this planet, and I'm going to say, because I'm a system buster, I'm here to bust the mind of the matrix of a human being. The only thing on our planet that we should be, well, not the only thing, I've come to the point in my life here being awakened as a star seed, knowing I came from off planet, knowing that my space family is watching this show, whether people believe it or not. You'll hear me say I don't care what people think, because I don't. If I cared what people think, I'd be programmed. I'm not programmed anymore. I don't care what people think. If you still think that that we're living in a square box, that's your thing. But I'm here to bust that square box wide open, and I will. I'll
Isn't that
confront
the
that
most
person.
beautiful thing? Is that is
Yeah,
because you know you're free now. You know in your heart.
totally free.
You know in your heart you're free, and that's the most humbleness part about it. It's not debatable no more. It's
No, it
not
isn't.
about we shall overcome. It's not about marching no more. It's not about any of that stuff anymore, right? It's about understanding who we are and our light minds and our light frequencies. And we need to just continue to attract to light beings such as ourselves and
Yeah,
continue the movement. That's it.
that's it. It's now time. When you look at the history of the whole UFO concept of understanding throughout the 40s, 50s, whatever, when everything like from Roswell to whatever, if we look at where we are now, folks who are watching this all over the world, one of the things I'll say without question on encounters, and as for entertainment purposes only, I will say this. Not only am I here to bust the matrix, I've dealt with people years ago. I remember being in an angel shop that a friend of ours had. She sold cookies and angelic stuff, and she was with the Ashtar Command. I didn't know when we first met her, but her daughter was fully awakened. They were kids. My daughter was a kid, and her kid, and we met, and she was into all these. She had a lot of knowledge, and she was amazing, and we became friends. We've been friends for many years in my local area, and so this one guy who was friends with her, we confronted each other in the angel shop, and he was laughing about something. I said, "What are you laughing about? You're in an angel shop with a person that is connected with the space people, and you're laughing and thinking it's not real." So when I started confronting him face to face, eye to eye, he wasn't laughing anymore because I confronted him and revealed what he was doing, which was basically laughing and saying he was a friend of this person who was very enlightened, and he just changed his whole thing. I brought out who he really was, which is, that's what I did years ago to this person. So my story is that, you know, if you want to be part of the matrix, that's your freedom of choice. No one can tell you what to do, but I am not going backwards.
Me
Never.
either, brother. Listen. This feeling. Listen, I don't care what nobody says. Like this feeling right here is like the best feeling in the entire world.
That's right.
Let me tell you, it's nothing wrong with being free. It's nothing wrong with understanding and
Right.
being morally accountable, understanding that we are all just one, and understanding that we control the frequency. And it's like when people really get the concept and understand that, it's
Yes.
over. And that's why so many
Yes.
of it's not coincidental that this is happening, that all of us are being drawn to each other in one form or fashion. It's not coincidental that those of us are having similar experiences and similar testimonies the way that we're having them. No, that just means that we've been chosen for a reason and we need to walk in our passion. It's really that simple.
Yeah, it is. It's so simple. The only time it doesn't get simple is for those that don't understand and are still like blocked in their consciousness. When you can tell them how simple it's, say, "What do you mean it's simple? Can you explain what simple means?" And then you have to go into the definition of simple.
Right.
And they say, then you have to, and then they ask you, "Well, I don't know if I can open my consciousness. What's that all about?" I mean, I right now all I know is I get up in the morning, I go to my office, come home, have dinner with my family, and I'm just watching a football game. How
Yeah,
do I
but
open
that's
my?
just it right there. They're existing, not living.
They're existing, not living. Right.
Right. And so it's like they got to tap into is that vacuum thing right there where they have to realize, wait a minute, hold on. There's a reason why I'm existing, right?
Right. That's
So in
right.
order
That's
to
right.
snap out of that existing part and start living, they gotta look at something that's gonna be greater than themselves. And
Hmm.
once they see that and they see their need within that abundance of need for someone else or something else, they're
Right.
going to apply it. See, as long as they continue to work within a cycle that allows them to keep being in a state of repetitiveness, then they're never going to see themselves in their true fashion. And I think it was good for the things that happened to me the way it was, and it was even
Yeah.
damn well better when I got around like frequencies that didn't make me feel like I wasn't crazy after all.
And and that's right. And you know what? We've all been through that growing experience where we were, I mean, we were at some point something lit up in our consciousness as
Yep.
we were growing up. However that happens for people, it's a beautiful thing. However it works, it's not going to be the same for each person waking up. But I know Jeho, like your energy is so filled with that light and that freedom of cosmic consciousness, and my hope is that everybody here and many of my viewers here are also in that freedom of consciousness. And they're making comments and they agree because it's our time. The reason why I have a show here, the reason why I've been doing radio for 21 years at NPR Radio was to wake people up on the FM radio and the internet, which our station broadcasts on. But we've come to a point now where it's not, if it was 30, 40 years ago, people say, "Oh, I don't believe in this stuff." You guys, you gals who are saying you see all these things, they would say all these crazy things about the people seeing things. Now we're the majority. You and everyone else out here watching the show, we around the world are the majority of our countries that we live in. We are the ones. We are the starseed. We are the people having the experiences. We are the people, documenting these spaceships, which are
Yes.
spaceships from other planetary systems, orbs coming out of our ocean. It can be documented now because we have cameras. They can't tell us we didn't see anything. If we didn't have any internet and people saw something, it would be hush hush. And if the government knew about it or the green beans knew about it, they would say, "Oh, we're going to put that in a vault somewhere so no one can see that video." Now, no country in the world, no government in the world, and no green bean in the world, I should say, for entertainment purposes only, can can stop the mass freedom of interactions that we're having, because the thing is that because we're on TikTok doing this show for 3 years, we are bringing people together all over the world, no matter what country, Russia, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. We're bringing people together for a reason There are
Yo,
people
I
in Russia
said
that
that.
are documenting things, people in Scotland, people in England, people in the United States, Canada, all over the world. China, I'm going to show a video from Fujian province from February of 2025 this year. That is an amazing video of a fleet of spaceships that were recorded, and it was broadcast on the Chinese news. I think it
Yo.
needs to be shown.
Yo, that's awesome stuff, man. But I said that too. I said it's like they can't even stop it. It's like the one they've been able to use every ism, every ly, every est, every ed. They've been able to use all of these tools to keep us separated. But this is undeniable. This is what makes it so beautiful. That's what I'm saying. Like I just can't
Yeah,
wait. I
yeah.
can't wait.
Well, Jehovah, I'm definitely following you.
Thank
Let me.
you. And I
I'm glad you
appreciate
found
you
our
guys
show.
having me as
Yeah,
well. Thank you
definitely.
for
Everyone
all of your
follow Jehovah
followers. You
too.
have some great followers as well too.
Oh
These
yeah,
guys are super, super, super awake, and I hope to connect with many of you and learn more as we go
yeah.
along this journey together.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and if you have any physical contact, and I do feel you will, between now and before the end of the year, you're at that frequency where your light being family will physically appear. They're very, very, very strong energy. So if they do appear, and again, you can communicate with them and say, do they want to? Can you record them? Well, you
Mhm.
probably do have recordings,
Yes.
uh, but in your communication, do they have any kind of next time we have you on? Ask the light being if they have any messages for the people on the show that they'd like to share. We'd love to hear that too,
I
because my
definitely will.
contactees always have something to say.
Thank you. And I thank you again, Commander. Thank you again to all of your followers. You guys have something great here. I know I found my space in my home. Finally, I know I'm around individuals who are like minded, light frequencies. And I know for sure that none of this is coincidental. So thank you very much.
Oh yeah, man, you're a blessing. Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you,
guys.
thank you, thank you. Jehovah, everybody. I'm gonna bring him down. I'm gonna be. We got a whole another hour here, and let me see here. I'm bringing up music, love, and then that priest. He had a story to tell from 2020. Music Love is our next guest.
Hi,
And would like, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. And I'm going to try to bring you on camera. I'm trying to get everybody on camera
Okay, let me
tonight.
turn my camera on.
Okay, well, you do that. And you're watching Encounters. If you're just tuning into the show, this is the number one spiritual UFO talk show here on TikTok and on planet Earth. Hey, how are you, Music
Hi,
Love
I'm
Encounter?
good. I'm
And
good. This has
what would you
been,
like to share with us? Go ahead.
this is not crazy because this has happened. I tried to get her to come in, but she's been up a while. A lady that goes into another live brought some video today of a recording that she recorded off of her laptop. She didn't record it.
Okay.
Uh, it somehow it recorded by itself, right?
Really?
Yeah, and you can see the beings in here on it. And just as soon as I get this opened,
Okay.
where I can,
Interesting.
yeah, it's uh, I've I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything like it. It's the beings right there on the video,
Wow. Wow, this is amazing.
and she has. I don't know how to get that back off of that. Um, I'm trying to bring this up on my.
Yeah, take your time.
Um, okay, thank you. I've got it on my phone, but I don't think I can share it with you. I sent it to you, Commander.
You sent it
It's
to me?
a yes, I did.
Is
I
it
sent it to your email. It's from
okay?
Nani333.
I'm going to go on there right now. I'll be able to.
Hi Leslie. Hi Trina, y'all. We
Okay,
got
so
up
we're going
here.
to. Let's see here. Nani. Let's see. When did you
Uh,
send it?
just within the last 30, 45 minutes.
Okay, let me see here.
I think it's got UFO on it.
Okay, let's going to try this here. Let's try this here. I'm going to see if it went into a different thing here. Nani. Did you send it to CmdRAleon at AOL.com? Does it ring a bell? Or if you want to resend it, send it to CmdRAleon at AOL.com and we'll play the video. We'll play the video here. I'll download it. You're watching Encounters, and Music Love and Karen is my guest right now on our international broadcast all over the world. Welcome, everybody. And we will be showing the video from the Fujian province in China from February of this year. And that's going to blow your minds. Now, she's still here. I think she's,
Commander,
yeah.
say I can hear you. Say your email address slowly for me,
I'll say
okay?
it slowly. It's C like the letter C, M like in the letter M, D like in the letter D, R like in the letter R, A like in the letter A, L like in the letter L, E like in the letter E, O like in the letter O, N in the letter N at I'm sorry, I can't speak right, at AOL.com. Hey, Anita. Hey, Dave, welcome. Linda. Hey, Linda. Welcome to Encounters, everybody. Sweet Sonia, welcome. Grateful
Okay,
Love.
I've seen it.
Okay, you're sending it, so I'm going to look for it right now,
Yeah, I sent
and
it.
it should pop up on my screen. I don't know how many minutes it'll take for it to pop up. I
It
don't see it.
shouldn't. It's a fairly short video, okay?
Okay.
But she has this on YouTube. Can you uh, can you look at YouTube?
Okay, I can go to YouTube,
Okay,
and
and
where am I going there?
okay, it's Michelle MICH.
MICH. She's gave me the information. You watch. We're going to play the short video from this Michelle person, and she should be back in a minute.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so it's Michelle.
Lynn
How's that?
Higgins.
Is it MICHELE
ELLE.
Higgins?
Michelle Lynn LYNN Higgins.
Is that two G's?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at this, folks. Um, and what should I put down? UFOs?
Uh it's a recording of her laptop. Do you see her page?
I'm trying to find it. Let me see here.
Okay.
I see a Michelle Lynn Huggins, Huggins.
Does it look like it has videos on it?
No, I see a picture with a kid and a mother.
Okay, no, I don't. Right, Michelle Lynn Higgins. Okay, geez, I don't know how to get this off my
Is the Higgins with like one G or two G's?
HIGGINS.
Okay, so I'm gonna put down the word UFOs after that to see if anything pops up.
Uh, I think, yeah, it's been on there
But
probably.
I'm not seeing it. So
Okay,
if you find the title for her thing on YouTube, let me know and
well,
I'll put in the title.
I think that's what she told me. Is anybody else in here that has Michelle's? I brought a bunch of people in here, and I think that they're still in here.
Okay.
This is, or yeah, Trina. It's under Shell Higgins. Thank you, Trina. S
What is it
H
now?
E. It's under SHELL Higgins.
Shell Higgins.
Shell Higgins.
Okay, let me do that. Okay, Shell Higgins, crazy unexplainable video from my bedroom. Oh, is that those video? Is that the thing? It says
Commander,
crazy.
that is the video.
Okay,
It's
I got it.
okay.
I'm gonna play it. What's going on here before I play it? What happened?
Okay,
Can you explain?
she's not aware. She doesn't know what happened. She accidentally found this, and it's a video of her laptop when she got off of a trip the other day, and she accidentally found it. Normally, it all goes to the clouds, but she played it, and this is what was on that recording. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know who recorded it, how it
Mm-hmm.
got recorded, or anything. But you can, if you're looking, you can see, and it jumps time. Uh,
Interesting.
we watched it about 5 minutes, and it had jumped an hour and a half on the laptop.
Really? So when I play the video, are we listening to just strictly the audio? Is that what we want to listen to? The audio? Is that the important
Sure.
part?
Yeah. Well, no, you can see it. You can see it, but you can listen to the audio if you want.
Okay. I'm gonna put this on. Well, I'm gonna play the audio for entertainment purposes only. Let me
Okay.
just do this here. I'm putting it on a big screen here, and this
And
is for entertainment purposes only.
she also, there was something that came out of her nose
Hmm.
after she didn't know where all this came from. I think it'll be a little more self-explanatory. I mean, she was really, really tired,
Mm-hmm.
or she would have come in here and she would have told you, but
Yeah. When she's
she,
not tired, we'll have her in here. But so when you said something again for entertainment purposes only came out of her nose, was it a metallic object or anything like that?
it was metal, I think she said.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then it was clear.
It was clear metal.
And it was
Interesting.
clear fluid.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you got the video
Yeah,
going?
I'm gonna play the video now. I'm gonna play the audio segment just so I don't get into trouble by playing the picture of the video. And this is for entertainment purposes
We
only.
played it on TikTok a little bit earlier, and we didn't
You
get
did.
shut off or
Okay.
anything.
All right. Well, I'm gonna play this here. I'll play the video, and again, I'm just gonna say this is for entertainment purposes only. Let me do this here. I'm gonna turn this on, and the screen that we're looking at, this is her phone screen doing its thing, right?
She's she's showing, she's got her camera going onto her laptop
Mhm.
recording what is
Okay.
on her laptop.
All right, we're going to play this right now. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. And just give me a second here. I'm going to switch the camera.
I have never seen anything like this ever.
Okay. So you're going to see this. You're going to definitely check this out. We're going to play this
Right,
right now for entertainment purposes only.
right.
And music, love, and Karen is my guest. And this is her friends. Let me bring up the audio.
The relationship between those boundary stones that surround the city, that diamond shape, with the Masons having designed the square and compass, their symbol, into the pattern of the city. The geometry and meaning
Now, can you explain what's going on here?
are
Just watch it. It's on her screen. It's on her laptop.
so if you
You'll
empathize
be able to see more stuff in just a moment. She said it's her TV, she thinks, making that noise. It's going to be a little blurry, but then in a minute it's going to come clear.
Hmm. That was weird.
Okay, go to like okay, right here. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
that
going to
it,
go back on the
Trina?
screen.
I think it is.
Yeah, that was. Can you explain what? And it's very interesting. The video. Can anybody explain what actually
No,
happened?
she thinks that she also has a portal. Is what Trina said. No, she can't explain it. All she knows is what's on her laptop and that it was
Yeah.
recorded as she was in her bedroom. But
Really?
she didn't record it, and she didn't know, she's not aware of it.
Okay. So I'm going to show this one more time. So what you're going to be
Uh,
seeing here.
she's
Yeah.
got
Let
more
me.
than one video.
Really.
Yeah, there's like an
So
app.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, she's got more than one video on there.
Yeah. Some people say they didn't see anything. Let me show the video again. And
Uh,
can we narrate what we were supposed to actually be seeing in the full video
well,
that we showed?
we're seeing it. Maybe can you slow it down to play a little bit slower? Somebody said
Let
they
me.
saw a face.
I saw what I believe to be a face myself. Let me see here.
Um, at
Let me go
one time,
backwards.
we saw a lot of appendages
Hmm.
that were kind of like an octopus that kind of wrapped around a darker being. And then after all of that came on, there was this little round metal looking robot looking with two bright eyes that just come right in the screen and just looked at her.
Now I've got on her YouTube. There's two other videos there besides this one. I'm going to show this
Okay.
other video, and she says, "What came in my house March 2nd, 2025?" And according to the
That's
information,
it.
I'm going to play. Give me a second. I'm going to play this video. I'm going to show you the video, folks. There's more to
Okay.
this story, and we're going to play it right now. Give me a minute. Let me go back to the screen. I want to make sure this is. I want to tap this here.
Hi, April. Yeah,
This
there's
is 2 minutes and 37 seconds on this video we're going to show you here. Give me a minute.
that's as long as this video plays. But if you look at the clock on the laptop, it jumps like over an hour and a half in
Really?
time.
Let's take a look at this. Let me
Mm-hmm.
switch over here. This is the second video. This video we're going to show you, everybody. This encounters. This is for our entertainment purposes only. Check this out. This is the first time I'm
Right.
actually
Maybe
playing
back
this.
up just a little bit, Commander.
Okay.
There. Okay. Yeah, that we can see the whole screen.
I just brought the volume up on the video.
Okay.
Am I playing it? Okay, now I'm playing. This is on a TV screen, correct?
It's on her laptop or her TV
Oh,
screen.
laptop or TV?
Have you got it enlarged pretty
Oh,
big?
yeah,
Because
I've got. Yeah, let me try to do that. I mean, this is
take
as
it
big
back
as this one.
down. Okay, here they come. That's her music and TV going.
Yeah, I can't slow it down. I don't think.
Okay.
And what? And can you tell us what we're supposed to be seeing on the screen?
Commander, we're looking at it.
Oh, we
Okay.
are
It
looking at
and
it
it's going to come. Yeah, it's beings that were on her laptop.
on her
And you'll be
laptop.
able to
Okay.
see them in a minute. They There's different kinds. She believes they were grays.
Okay.
And then there's a picture of one of them.
Because right now people are seeing just the pixel images of the TV screen.
Hmm. Well, she doesn't have anything pink or red in her room. Yeah, just let it play through because
Okay.
it goes in and out.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Someone said they saw. Leslie says she saw an eye.
Yeah, it's
She has 3 videos that she has on YouTube, but this is the second video we're playing.
okay.
Another person said they saw the eye also. If I can slow down the video, I would. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can do that. Someone said they saw a head, Peggy.
Yeah, you can see them faintly there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to go.
Okay,
Oh, there we go.
let me switch my camera around here. Hold on a minute.
Okay. You
Hold on
might
a minute.
want to, if that one doesn't come through clear, you might want to go to that third video because it may.
Yeah, we're
All
gonna
I
go.
know is that she told me she put them on YouTube. And I've got the screen recording of the actual showing of it, and that's what I sent you.
Yeah, so I'm going back to her videos here. Let me see here.
Okay.
There's one here. Let's see what this is. Let me go backwards here, folks. We got some amazing. Again, I'm really looking on this thing here. There's a video that says, "Look how things come in, and my room turns red." We'll play that video. Let me do that video. Let me switch.
She lived in another place, and the things that came to visit her there drove her out of her house.
Really?
Yeah, and she recognized them as being grays at one time.
Wait a minute. Let
Okay,
me.
I think you're going to be able to see that better. Okay, yeah, this is it.
This is about 1 minute and.
Look down in the corner where it's kind of pulsating.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, it's still playing. Wait a minute. Here we go. This is about 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I
That's
do
when her room
understand.
turns red.
So so the screen turns red.
Uh-huh. Okay,
I did see that.
there's that being.
Okay, let me stop it right there. What are we looking at here?
You tell me.
That's not normal. So that's not pixelation. Now we're seeing 2 lights. And
Right?
let me go back. I'm going to go back to that portion. I'm going to show it again because now we are seeing something here.
And there's
Let
more
me.
to see also.
So
There's
let's go.
one. Oh, look
I'll
right there.
stop it.
See those appendages
Yeah,
right there?
yeah.
Okay.
Those 2 lights were really interesting.
Yeah, it comes on there, I believe, twice.
I'll stop it when we get to the 2 lights when they start showing themselves.
Okay.
Not yet. Now it's pixel. If pixelation's happening, then let's see here. Right
Okay,
about
right there. Now notice down in the bottom right corner how it's something like a baby would kick in a woman's stomach.
that's the red thing you're talking about, the red light. And there's the
Not that second. No.
right there, right there. I stopped it right there. Let me see here. Let's see if I can stop. Here we go. So this is interesting right here. Right here. Everybody see this?
And it's solid.
Yeah. And this is recording by itself. It turned on and recorded by itself.
She doesn't know how it got on there at all. she just happened to spot it. Normally, she said all of her videos and all of her recordings normally go to the cloud,
Hmm.
and for some reason, I think they wanted her to see it because
So when you and I'm again looking at this, this is the more impressive of the three videos. This thing right here is, so if it went on by it went in by itself. She came back in and recorded it, correct?
no, she recorded this was playing on her what was on her laptop.
Right. So let me just make it clear. This is not headlights from outside her
No,
house. This is
no,
coming through. For people that are saying that, only 1% said that they're not headlights. This is the TV set went on by itself. These images started happening on the TV set. It's not headlights. This is being recorded from the TV set.
mm-hmm, right.
Okay, I don't want to deconfuse people. This is a recording. They came through her TV set, turned her TV set on, and this stuff started happening on her TV.
And that's when she played it back, when she looked at
Oh,
it.
yeah, I'm going to go back to my screen here.
Okay, yeah, and maybe go to maybe that other video, and I think there's a close up of one of those beings, and I think I can, if I can pull it up on mine, I can show it to you
Okay, that'd be
on
great.
my computer. But
Okay.
I'm not very good at this at all, and I've got stuff here open that I don't have a clue what it is. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, I would look at that other video, actually. Library.
She also has, as I'm looking at her videos, she's got a lot of documentation, it looks like.
Yes, she does, because she had it. It came. Uh, it literally ran her. She ran from it, from her other house. She left most of her things there at that house because she just wanted to get away
Well, I have a video
from it.
here. I have a video here that says I was abducted by the Zeta. Watch how they entered my bedroom. I had a dream. It says here I was taken. Poof on video. So there's
She
a
did. She thought she dreamed it. Yeah,
um.
yeah. Go ahead and play that one,
I'll play that
Commander.
video. It looks like there are beings walking in her room or something. Let me
Right.
hold on a minute. Let me play this video here. Give me a second here. I'm going to go back to the beginning of it. She's got some interesting stuff here, man. She's
Yeah. It's like yeah. Never seen anything like this at all. Particularly, uh, she's a disabled RN. She doesn't do any extra career. That right there is one of those beings right there,
mhm.
and
Check this out. And the title of her YouTube video is that I think I was abducted by Grays. That's what she's saying in the video. Let's see, am I turning it to right this way or
uh,
right here? I'm playing the video right now.
okay,
You can
uh,
see what
sh-
appears to be beings or something walking,
right,
some weird energy.
right.
This is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you for the gift,
If
Borderline. Let's take a
turn
look
the
here.
volume on, and she
Turn the volume on.
explains some of that.
For those that can see, you can see. That was the night that I had a dream that I was abducted by gray aliens. And I thought. I decided to look at my camera in my bedroom, and this is what I caught.
Sounds like she's crying.
She was at the moment.
I turned it down so where it would go very slow. You can see the entities like in the corner and stuff. You can see their eyes. Yeah, that happened again.
So it sounds like she's having ongoing abductions.
Yeah, dude, she doesn't believe
This
that
video was
was.
just slowed down so you
She
guys can
doesn't
see.
know for a fact because she doesn't remember
And then it
anything.
just goes to fuzz like
Well,
that.
that's yes.
That was the only
That's
day that
why
it saved my cloud.
when she was telling us that today, that's when I suggested that she come to see you.
Yeah, I think when she's feeling up to it, possibly tomorrow night, I'd like to do a scanning of her. And
Right,
if I scan her, I will be able to not only I will be able to scan her, and I will be able to physically take out any implants in her body. I'll also be able to stop the Zeta from coming into her house.
right. I explained that to her that you did it remotely, um, and I've been following you over 3 years. You know what I think about your organization here and how
Oh,
you
thank you.
work. Yeah, and so she said that she would come in, but she did. She did go to bed about 30 minutes before we got on here,
That's all right.
and,
If
and
you
she'll be
contact
able to
her,
show you the video like on her laptop.
okay. And what we'll do is when she does do that tomorrow night, if she comes on, I will make a commitment to scan her. I'll go into my space consciousness. I will scan her. I will remove all the implants. And I also will use my beam of light energy to go after the Zeta and actually make sure they're taken off planet and also put a protection shield around her body.
Yeah, well, she's a very spiritual person, and
Hmm.
she's not afraid at all. Okay,
That's good. But the
yeah,
fact that
she's
they
not
can still
afraid at all.
abduct her,
She's
yeah,
protected.
yeah.
Uh,
The fact is she's spiritual, which is good, but they're still abducting her.
very.
So I need to. I can stop that. I can take the implants out. And for folks that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm also, like I said, a star seed. I came here on Earth to do mission work. My family's watching the show on a spaceship. They're human. They're taller than I am. I've been gifted the ability to remove implants. Her story is serious. She's having ongoing implants. I unconditionally will not only get rid of the implants, put a protection around her. I will clear all the residual energy from the Zeta, will protect our property, and I will certainly send beams of light that will go after the Zeta and send them off planet for good. And that's something I promise I'll do tomorrow night with her.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and we appreciate. I knew that you would be very interested in. I believe when you see all of that video, because one of those beings is hard to explain what it looks like. It's it's kind of a pale cream color, and it looks like it has like a ridge that goes down the front of its
Hmm.
head, and then it's got two eyes, one on each side of that ridge, and it's got appendages that you can see
Hmm. It could
uh,
be. It could
that
be
are stretched.
reptilians. Yeah, it could be reptilians or Zeta. I think it's reptilians when you say green, but we'll
It
find
wasn't
out.
green; it was cream color,
A cream
like
colored, probably
real
Zeta.
light cream colored.
Yeah, probably Zeta. Yeah, no, we can definitely take care of it, and we can definitely stop it. How long has
Okay.
she been having these abductions?
Well, like I said, she doesn't know that
She
she
has
has
no idea.
ever been abducted.
Yeah, they make her forget she has missing time.
But back in 22 is when it first started.
2022. Well, it might have started in 2022, but now that I know about it, the Zeta are going to be kicked off the planet, and we're going to scan her, get rid of the implants, heal her body, and she'll be not having any problems anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I
Thank you so
hope that
much.
you'll be able to identify it because her pictures are actually better. And
Yeah.
Trina and Matt and all of you guys that came in, thanks for coming in and
Yeah, I
helping
definitely am
out.
glad you told me about her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Raji is saying she has very good videos. I believe Raji. Yeah, we're definitely going to work with her and help her out. Well, one thing I don't like is when the Zetas start playing around with people. They don't want to play around with the commander because I am with the Ashtar Command and I am a Christ the being of light, and I will send them off planet as soon as we take out those implants. They're going to be gone.
I explained to her because she's new to all of this. She
Okay.
just and I told her that I've seen you remotely take out people's implants, and their whole demeanor changes, their
Right.
whole looks on their face, their voice, their whole demeanor changes,
Oh
and you
yeah,
can
I'm
tell
ready.
that it.
And she's telling the truth, folks. I've taken out probably since last year, probably over 100 implants, close to
Oh
that
yeah.
anyway. And I mean, when I say I've taken out implants, if you say, how can you do that? I've been gifted by my space father to be able to do that. I have the ability with just the palm of my hands to go in and remove the implants and destroy them. I destroy all the implants.
Uh, Angie's wanting to know, can you have an implant without being abducted? Like I.
Um, okay, for Angie, in terms of that question, in order to have an implant, you would have had to have had some sort of a contact with another being to be implanted. You wouldn't be implanted without contact. So it would be it wouldn't be impossible, but I've never heard of an implant that wasn't done by somebody who was not abducted, who was taken by some sort of space low vibrational beings, then abducted and then sent back into their home. And also, many of the abductees have missing time. So, missing time is pretty much a standard phenomena of people that are being abducted by low vibrational ETs. So yeah, it'd be really kind of hard. I've never run into a case in the last 20 years that I know of somebody having an implant without being abducted. All right,
Thank
you
you.
did.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being here. We appreciate you. We'll have her on tomorrow night.
Certainly.
If she comes on here, I'll bring her on for sure.
Y'all
Everyone,
let me
thanks.
down easy.
We'll let you down
Thanks.
easy.
Okay, thank you. I, I
You're most
will. I
welcome.
will message you her full name. Okay,
Okay, sounds great. I
in
appreciate
private.
that very much. You're watching Encounters, folks, here, and we're going to go to our queue here. You're watching the number one spiritual UFO talk show. I'm going to bring up the priest as I promised, and Ozzy will be our guest after that. And then I think Kate, if you're still there, Kate will bring you on from Scotland. I think you said you went off planet the other night, so we're going to do the priest. You got to be over 18. No kids on the show. This is the rules of my show. No smoking, no drinking on the show, no drunks on the show, no cursing on the show, no paranormal discussion, religion, or politics. We're going to go to the priest on encounters, our next guest, and then we'll continue on with our guests here. And we're going to try to bring everybody on screen. Hopefully, the priest is still with us. Ah, yes, I think so. And we're going to,
What's
hey,
up?
good evening, the
Come on
priest. How
now.
are you, brother?
Blessings, blessings, blessings. How's
Blessings
everything?
always. Good, good, good. And so
Good, good,
I
good.
hear like something in the background. You have a Bluetooth on?
Oh yeah, let me cut that off.
Yeah.
You're right. All right, there we
Okay,
go.
there we go. All right, so tell everyone where you are around the world, and tell us what your story is for us tonight on Encounters.
Okay, good night, everyone. I'm actually from the Bahamas. I'm from Freeport, Grand Bahama. I actually sit in the Bermuda Triangle. I found this out like years later. And my encounter started like at a very young age, like I would have like visions of like beings coming and trying to capture me. And like when I would wake up in the morning, like my parents would find me like by the front door, like almost taking out the house and stuff like that. And I had another encounter like my old lady was playing, my mama was playing piano. Excuse. We
That's all
had
right.
this big sliding glass door, and while she was playing piano, I looked towards the glass door, and this fluorescent green being, it just came past the sliding glass and looked at me, and then it just went straight off. And when it
And this
passed, all my hair, go ahead, all my hair stood up, and like my mom, she didn't see it, but she felt something, so she looked at me. And I said, "Mommy, I see something." And she's like, "I know." And she turned her head and she started
you turn
playing
ahead,
again.
yeah. What did you feel like? Can you describe the feeling of having a space being come through your in your home like that? Um, can you explain the feeling of how you felt? I mean, the hair went, your arms, but like now after that experience happened, as you reviewed it in your consciousness, what do you think was going on there?
Well, seeing that I was a very young child, like I was only about 9 years old at this time, 8 years old at this time, I had no idea what I had seen. I didn't have that need for explanation at that time. So it was just kind of like you say, it was energetic because it affected the hairs of my body, and it gave me a bit of shaking up. And then with
Yeah.
my visions was horrifying
Hmm.
because these entities that would pull me to the door through my visions, they were like cruel and beast-like and like, yeah, very, very aggressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would
Wow.
have terror. Hmm.
Wow, yeah, that could be. I'm just changing the screen here. That can be a pretty devastating thing for people. Yeah, and you're in the Bermuda Triangle, so I would imagine being in that area, a lot of things have happened over the years since the days of when the four U.S. Air Force pilots, their last communications was the land looks different, looks purple. And they were saying in the audio, everything looks different now. The whole thing below us looks different. Like they were looking at the Earth differently than where the Earth they were used to coming off the coast of Florida. They were in some
Yes.
other place, and then they just
Mhm.
disappeared. So it seems to me they never found the airline, the not I say airline, the U.S. Air Force planes. There were, excuse me, about four of them that disappeared with these pilots. Now, where did they go? They obviously went to another landmass somewhere else beyond the landmass that is the 3D world,
Well,
and
I
they
can,
never been
I can,
found.
I can, I can kind of explain where they went, and you'd be like, "How would you ever know that? You wasn't even there. You just born." But
Right.
one day I was outside of my house, and I was facing towards the north because the triangle is north. It's like somewhat northwest of Grand Bahama. So I was looking
Hmm.
towards the northern western side, and I saw a flock of birds. Yeah, it was 13 birds, black birds. They were flying towards me, coming from the west, and I was looking to the north. So when I turned my eye to them, they came closer to me. I started to count them. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Boom. They went straight through the portal, right in the
Yeah.
front of my face. They all
Right.
just, phew.
And that portal, folks, is very prevalent in the Bahamas. It can open up at any time.
And
No one controls it
and you excited me. I wanted to come on so bad because when you was mentioning the many portals that are set up around
around
this
the planet.
planet, you mentioned the Bahamas. I was like, hell no.
Yeah, you didn't know I was
I
going to
said,
do
this
that.
guy, I said, this guy know what he's talking because, like, yeah, they be jumping like in the night sky. It's just I'll see these little small tiny beams of light. They'll just appear for a while, and then all of a sudden they just go into a portal. The other
Yeah,
night I saw about 8 orbs. They
eight
was
orbs.
big brown white orbs, and they was lined up like in a straight line. And when they reached towards me, they all again, one into the portal, the next one into the portal. And it was like they were showing me one after another, like, look at
Right.
us. We're
You're going in the
disappearing
portal.
right in front of you.
And the thing is, people have to understand what you're talking about is we're talking about higher vibrational space beings that these orbs to be coming from a large mothership through the portal of another. It's like going through, if you had to go on a trip somewhere, let's say you were going over the Verrazano Bridge between Staten Island and New Jersey. There's a thing called the Verrazano Bridge, everybody, if you don't know what that is. But I'm using it as an analogy. So to get to that other place, you have to go over the bridge. Or if you go through the Midtown Tunnel through Queens, New York, into the city of New York, you're going under the Hudson River. So now you're saying, well, how did they get into New York City? Well, they went under the river into the Midtown Tunnel. It's a long tunnel and it takes you right into New York. So what I'm saying is, with these portals, look at the portals as this, okay? The portals, the galactic portals that are all over the world, including the Bahamas, the Bermuda Triangle is what they call it. There have historically been many sightings recently with all the activity going off the coast of Florida. Where do you think those spaceships are coming that people are seeing off the Atlantic coast? They're coming from the ocean. They're coming out of the ocean, not through the portal. There are space cities in our oceans all over the world. They're coming from those galactic portals. So what they're doing is they can come into the portal, or they can come into our vibrational pattern from wherever their planet they're from through the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, which is a portal. They can come right through. All right, so they can actually do that. It's a reality. The
Wow.
thing is, like when we talk about, and this is 14 years ago when I interviewed a person on YouTube named Dabu. Dabu is a person that had a flight radar tracking, which is something you can always watch. If you want to see the little golden airline jets traveling all over the world, you can pick an area, the United States, China, whatever. You'll see those little icons moving slowly, which are flights that are taken off from, let's say, U.S. to go to Canada or whatever. So 14 years
Yeah,
ago,
I
when the
saw that
Malaysian
happen.
flight 370 disappeared, the week it disappeared, I saw the flight radar tracking. And for people that don't know what happened, and this is for entertainment purposes only, thank you for the gifts, I'm going to tell you again to remind people around the world what happened to Flight 370, MH370 in Malaysia. Don't believe anything you saw in documentaries on Discovery, History Channel, or whatever that other channel is. There have been many documentaries and analysis of what happened, and people still trying to find out. Thank you for the live on the air gifts. I appreciate it, Angie, everybody else. But there's been a lot that has been stated about what has happened to Flight 370. And
Wow.
I've talked about this on my radio show when it happened. I brought it up from time to time, but I want people to know the truth. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. There's a galactic portal off the east coast of China between Malaysia and China. They call it the I wish I can tell you what I think it's called, the Lion's Triangle. It has a name to it. I don't remember the name right now. But
Mhm.
when that thing happened, if you look at the flight radar tracking, and I have the tracking of what happened. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you, I think, in a little bit. But the thing is, there were three objects, one of which they all looked like golden little jets. Devil's Triangle off the coast of the China Sea. And
Right.
what happened was, as that Malaysian flight was over the water of the East China Sea, there was a jet icon going way quicker than all the other icons. All the jet icons like moved in little bits pieces of time. That's the way the tracker works. Nothing takes off faster than what's on the tracker. When you watch the original tracking video, and I have it, you're going to see that this object that looked like a jet turned into a golden disc shaped object on the tracker. Now, how does that happen? It wasn't a glitch. How does that happen? How does something change from being a golden object in the tracking radar to a golden shaped object? Are people hearing something weird?
That's a mystery.
Yeah, there's something happening as I'm speaking. I don't know. Okay, that's really weird. But anyway, so the tracker, it's a circular golden object. It's a circular golden object. Okay, I think it's almost gone. Okay. And it's circular. No, it's still there. But anyway, this object was going over the China Sea, catching up really quickly with Flight 370, MH370, Malaysian flight. Okay. Then there's two other objects that look like jets. They now turn into looking like circular golden objects. All right. And okay, it's probably on his end, probably with Bluetooth or something. That's probably what it was. Yeah, it was a Bluetooth. Now I'm coming over his, it's a Bluetooth. I hope you have all the Bluetooth off. Yeah, it's something with his thing there. Don't worry about it. It's something on your technology there on your phone or something. I don't
I
know
was
what it
wondering
is.
if I should. I was wondering if I should come down and then come back up because it probably where I turned off the Bluetooth when we was already connected, it could have
Yeah,
messed with the.
I'll bring you back up. I'm gonna bring you down and bring you up here. Let me do this here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I want you to come back into the guest thing. I'm going to bring him back up. I think it was his Bluetooth. But anyway, so the other two objects that look like little jets, they turn into switching into circular golden objects, like a saucer type, object. They end up next to Flight 370 on both sides of the flight. The other one that went really quickly out to catch up with it got in front of the jet. And then within a number of minutes, as they all came together around the jet, guess what happens? I know this to be true. This is for entertainment purposes only. MH370 just disappears off the flight screen, track radar screen. It just disappears. And for months afterwards, every expert in about airlines, all these people, former pilots, they're all coming on national media talking about, oh, what do you think happened here? What do you think? Did it crash somewhere? Did it go into the ocean? Then there are theories that it was landing on a military base somewhere in the islands of the Pacific or whatever it was. And then the Australian government, this is all documented on documentaries because I've watched them, they go out, for some reason, the Australian government was obsessed with finding MH Flight 370. They were totally obsessed with it. They were obsessed. And every time they found a piece of something in the ocean, it was from some other flight or a piece of a crashed jet or something from an unrelated flight. So what they were trying to do, you see, was come up with some solution or answer that would be relevant to putting a closure to the missing flight, Malaysian Flight 370. They're not able to do it. And I bet they're still trying to do it. I bet they're still trying to find that answer. But they're not able to. There's no way they can, The fact of the matter is, and I'm going to see if I can bring my guest back up again. I'm going to bring the priest back up. And hopefully no Bluetooth. So what happened was essentially the craft, Flight 370, was actually taken by space people out of this particular realm onto a large spaceship. Okay? And people say, Commander, how can you do that? How can you know that? Because I know what I know. I don't channel anything. I know things. I just know it. I knew it when it happened. I knew it 14 years ago. Okay? And so when the priest and I are talking about the Bermuda Triangle, having this discussion, it reminds me again of what happened. The Australian government's never going to find Flight 370. No government's going to find Flight 370 because it never crashed in any ocean. It was taken safely out of this dimension onto a large spaceship. And all the people on board that ship, everybody that was on that jet, do you know that every one of those people were highly intelligent people in different walks of life? They weren't just a regular jetliner with people going on vacation to Florida to go watching Disney World or going on Star Wars tours or going on a roller coaster. these people, if you study who they were very highly intelligent people. It wasn't just like, oh, let's take this jetliner and take them off planet. This specific group of people
It's
were actually
chosen,
very, very, very intelligent.
selected. Yeah.
All right. And if you don't believe this is true, it is. What I'm telling you here is absolute truth for entertainment purposes only. And you have to understand this, folks. I bet you there'll be more things happening with that. There'll be more attempts to create more documentaries. There'll be more investigations that are worthless for entertainment purposes only. They will be worthless. I've said this before 14 years ago on my radio show. I feel awfully sorry for the families in Malaysia that don't know what happened to their families.
All the closure. Yeah.
But even if they were told the truth, it would be better to tell them the truth
Yeah.
than not to tell them anything at all. And they're not going to be told anything at all because it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But I can tell you with complete confidence in every word I speak from my heart that the people that are on that flight 370 are now probably more spiritually in tune than most people on this planet. Most
And
people on this planet. Go ahead.
to be honest with you, had I never seen those birds like go into the portal and them orbs, considering, what you're saying would be far fetched to me. But
Yeah.
now, based on the evidence, it only gives you one conclusion to connect the dots. If you
Yeah.
see, I've seen portal action, you can explain where this plane is going, so it has to be going into another dimension. It has to be.
And let me also say this,
Mhm.
that I will tell you this, and again, for entertainment purposes only, this show is being recorded. It will be on my YouTube channel. Please, everybody, go to my main bio before you ever leave the channel. Please press the follow button and the like button. Liking me here is great. We're at 127,000, but the real like is going on my bio and pressing that you like following me. So follow me and also press the follow button and the like button. I really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ask Torque Man Spaceship News. All my shows here are transferred on there so you can watch the whole show. The other thing I want to say is, in terms of the families, none of the people on that flight have died. Okay.
Mhm.
If you think they have not. They're fully alive. They're fully healthy. They are actually at peace, and they are with some very beautiful space people that are teaching them many things. And they'll be,
Can I
and
can I
people
ask
say
you a
to,
question? Can I
yes,
ask you a question now that you say that? Seeing that they transition per se through the portal, do they keep their same carbon body that is dense and heavy, or do they go through the transformation of the chemistry to make them lighter?
great question. So they do keep their physical body, but they will be actually in a more healthier state where they are now versus Earth.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yes,
their
because of
body is
lack of.
still human, and the space people are human. The people that they are
Hmm.
with are taller people. They are men and women. They are human. They are
Hmm.
galactic people of light, and they are in a
Hmm.
very good place. And I can say this: you don't see me, slurring my words or like saying, "Oh, let me think about the," that's not the way I operate. Everything I
Hmm.
know about them in my heart, and since that 14 years ago, I know intensely that they are completely safe. They've learned a lot of things. When contact happens, people, when there is physical contact, they will come back. When we have mass
No.
contact, they will come back to the planet. I
Okay,
can't
okay.
tell you any more than that. I mean, I just know it. It's a feeling. I have to go by. If I had to think about it and deliberate it in my brain, I'd get stuck. I'm not
Yeah,
stuck.
because that's,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? The brain
You're not
always tries
channeling or
to.
creating a thought, yeah.
Right. That's right. You
But
know.
like my greatest encounter was 2020. I was in my bed resting and I felt like an energy over me. So I woke up. And when I woke up, I heard like there was like a noise in my ears, and my two ears was just like a constant noise. And I walk around my house, it's like this don't sound right. So I went outside and I started to walk in my yard. And when I reached like to the road, the end of the driveway, excuse me, I looked up. And when I looked up, the noise that I was hearing, it disappeared. And then I could start to hear crickets again. So I was like, what? I said, that's weird. So I went back in the house, you know what I mean? And this was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I started to pick up a book and I started to read my book. And the house is getting like a little, warm, like unnecessarily warm. Like, what the hell? So when I open up the front door again, and then when I open up the back door to let some breeze go through. And as I approach the back door, and when I open it and I reach to the ledge of the door, and I look into the back of my yard, I see a light craft. It was just pure light. That's all I could see is
Wow.
just pure light. And it was like the size of a small, like twin engine or single engine Cessna. It was not that shape, but because I couldn't see the shape because it was pure light, but it was about the size of that. And what was interested, it stayed for like about a second, and when it shoot off, I couldn't see. I was not able to see it leave. That's how
Wow.
fast it moved. That I was not able. I cannot say I see it went. It just went. And
Yeah.
when it happened, it shook a few houses in my neighborhood.
Oh,
And
wow.
there was no noise. There was no like engine noise, like a jet or like a drone, nothing. And I was just standing there shaking, and all my hair standing. I was like, I broke up like into a cold sweat. And in my mind, I was like, Rasta, shake out of it, shake it. And then I forced myself to
Shake it.
shake out
Yeah.
of it. And I
Yeah.
break off running out the front door to my sister's house. And while running to her house, I met her and her maid at that time and her kids. I met them running out of their house coming towards my house. So they was like, what that was? They was like, that's a car crash? Say, did a car crash? I was like, no. I said, some was in the back of my house and it was just pure light. And when it take off, it shake and it leave me stunned. They was like, you serious? This like that? You said this. So my sister's like, it sounded like a train crash, because I mean, it was, yeah, wow.
And people are saying this was in Jamaica, correct? Oh, oh, you just froze, brother. Are you still there? Your Wi-Fi or something froze. Great photo, by the way, but you froze. Can you hear me? Yeah, he's in Jamaica, and his screen froze. Priest, can you hear me, brother? It's probably something with his phone. Oh, that's really weird. I think he had a little problem with the phone. I'm not going to go and say that it was a cosmic experience that just happened now. I just lost the priest. He's in the Bermuda Triangle. And hopefully just his phone had a problem and stuff like that. So I think it was a technical problem. I'm going to go with technical problem unless he was taken on a spaceship. And on this show, anything's possible. So I'm going to go with the logical, conclusion that the priest had a problem with the phone. I hope. you know, he lives in Bermuda, not Jamaica. You know, I'm gonna the priest, are you with us? We want to make sure people are okay here. Because in the 3 years I've done this show, weird things have happened. And I have no idea if he's here or what happened to him. It was a great story, and now he's gone. He put poof, like that. How does that work? Only on this show, out of all the TikTok things happen here. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. And now I have another guest, and that priest, we do love him. I just hope he can come back. Unless he was taken on a spaceship in the Bermuda Triangle just now. I don't think he was, but you never know. I'm telling you. I think April was on earlier tonight, and then when I came on, she's probably resting. But he has disappeared, the priest. Hopefully, the priest will come back. I'm going to bring up the next guest here. Hopefully, they don't have any problems with their phone disappearing. And then we'll bring back up, we're going to see, I'm going to bring Ozzy up here as I promised. You're watching Encounters. We're having some very interesting things happen here tonight. Like nothing ever happens here. Thank you for the gifts. Let's see, Ozzy, if Ozzy's in here with us. Unless he fell asleep. He's been waiting for a while. If you have a story to tell, or Kate, is Kate still there? Kate over in Scotland, are you with us? Kate, are you with us? Is Kate still on? You know what? I'm going to see if Kate's still on here. Thank you, Leslie. I think Kate might be still here. Oh, she's not here. Oh, she is here. I'm going to invite Kate on from Scotland. I don't know what happened to him.
Hello.
Hey, Kate, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Can I bring you on camera? Is it a good time this morning over in Scotland? Are you presentable?
I'll just probably not this morning, no.
Okay. So you were mentioning earlier in the evening on the show that you were on the spaceship with the space people.
Yeah, I think I have been. I don't know, like I woke up and it's like all my like my plugs have been like switched off and stuff, and it's like this. I can't explain it because I've not had any heating on in my flat at all in the last few days, but it seems to be at certain times, like between 2 to 4 in the morning, there's this unbelievable heat in my flat, which I can't explain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
it goes and then it kind of like cools off, you know what I mean? But I can't explain it because it's only in my bedroom and it only ever happens in this room, but
Yeah.
not in the other rooms that I sit in, if you know what I mean? But it's really, really strange. So it's like as if I feel like, because I can't explain it because I've been like, I can't keep my eyes open. Then next thing it's like, do you know what I mean? From whenever, like hours ago, and then like 4 o'clock, and I was like, but I can't explain it, do you know what I mean? I was like watching something, then suddenly it's just, I'm like, I didn't switch that plug off. Like, how's it all my stuff's been switched off? You know what I mean? Which I can't
Mm.
explain.
So I think you're saying you felt like this heat energy around you, correct, in the
Yeah,
room?
like
Okay.
yeah, unbelievable, like so hot. Like I can't explain it.
Mm-hmm. How did you
It's
feel when you're feeling that heat energy? Because a matter of fact, the show that we did, I probably don't have it on my YouTube channel yet, but you'll be able to hear a full story when I download the thing on YouTube. My Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. My YouTube channel is where all the encounter shows are. You'll be able to see a full interview with Kate that we did the other night. But so, does that normally happen in this specific room that you're in? Like that heat energy flash
oh
that you're talking about?
yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
always only in my bedroom, and it's only because that's where the ships normally appear outside my
Mm-hmm.
window. So I'm wondering if it could be to do with that. Because I
Yeah.
posted photos earlier on. I actually posted up photos of the ships outside, just and then that was like just hours after I took the photos. I couldn't keep my eyes open, and then next thing it was 4 o'clock in the morning. But all my plugs had been switched off, if not in as well, which normally doesn't happen, which was weird. It was like, how come
Yeah.
all my stuff been switched off?
So when the heat comes, it's when the ships are near your location, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So well, now, does the heat affect your skin or your body at all when you have the heat flashes, or no?
Just my whole body feels like absolutely boiling, if you know what I mean, like really, really hot.
Wow, that's a, so. And she has contact with space people physically, correct?
Yeah, I do. I actually put uploaded photos earlier of the ships outside, and that's when it happened. It's like for some reason I feel like as if once like they appear, and it's like then it's like missing time because then suddenly it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, ah, what the hell? Like I don't understand kind of thing because
Mm-hmm.
like I was watching something and then suddenly it's like 4 o'clock in the morning or something, and then my plugs have all been switched off, and I'm like, how does that happen? And there's like a
Mm-hmm.
tapping, there's always that kind of slight tapping, there's like a banging kind of sound, if not mean as well with it. as if they've come in, if you know what I mean. And then next thing, I can't remember what's happened between whatever time it's been to 4 o'clock in the morning, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Do you feel like some person's saying maybe it's radiation heat, but do you tell us, do you think it's radiation heat or something else?
I can't explain it. That's a weird thing, but it also seems to happen between the same times that those ships appear
Hmm.
every time that they appear. Like I get this thing when they don't appear, it doesn't happen. So it's only
Yeah.
when they appear that it happens.
Yeah, that's interesting. But you've never, based on what you've told us, you've not had any negative experiences, correct?
Um, no, before 2012, yes, but not since then.
Ah, so before 2012, you had negative experiences with the low vibe space beings?
Yeah, I had something taken out my inner thigh actually at a local hospital, and it was like, I think it was like this black kind of, I can't like shiny thing that they took out. They wouldn't let me see or have it. They said that they wanted to write papers about it, but they had to like put me under local anesthetic. It took about 2 to 3 hours to try and get it out because it was like attached. Apparently, they said to me attached to all my major blood vessels and other parts of
Hmm.
the skin. And they said there shouldn't. It was like a huge, what they called it a huge rainbow lump, and it was all different colours on the
Hmm.
outside. And then when they had to like dig in to cut it out and take it in, then opened it up with a thing, and then they put it in a jar, and it was this black thing. But they said they wanted to
Hmm.
keep it.
So it sounds like you had based on what we just said, that you had some sort of an implant that was
Hmm.
done to you, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. And it was
So do
actually
you think?
painful because I could barely walk it. Like it
Oh
hurt
my
and it
gosh.
stung. And it was like a pulling, like a really pulling pain, and it's like as if it's like it's feel. I know it's been taken out obviously years ago, but during the summertime when it's hot, I still get this pulling pain. Although I know it's not there anymore, but it feels like it's still there. If you know what I mean, I can't explain
Yeah.
that, but
So something I don't know if I mentioned it to you. I work with the Ashtar Command with the space people that work in Christ consciousness. And I am a Christ conscious space being as well, my consciousness as well as a human being. So I have the ability to scan people, including yourself, even if you're in Scotland. I can
mhm.
scan you and I can actually pull out any implants that are in your body still in there. We can do that, and that would stop anything that is still happening that's a low vibe thing from happening. Would you be interested one night in letting me scan you for implants?
Yeah, yeah, I would, yeah,
I'd be happy to do that.
yeah, that would be great.
Why don't we do that tomorrow night? Tomorrow's Monday night. Monday night, I'm on at 11, which is like 4 a.m. in the morning in Scotland, I think. So
Hmm.
if you can get on after 11, I mean, after 4 a.m. in the morning, which was when you're usually awake or whatever, I will actually have you on and we will scan you for implants.
Okay.
And what I do is, if I find the implants, I take them out of your body and destroy them. Number two, I'll put a shield around you of light that is like a spacesuit of light. It will protect you always. I'll clear out all the energies in your location, including your room. And I will also unconditionally put a shield around your property. And this will stop any of that from still happening, because you also have connections. You mentioned the Octurians and other space beings, which are positive, or space
Hmm.
people. And so I've always found it to be the case. There are people that are having interactions with the space people of light, which are the positive ones, and then the negative ones also somehow interact with the same person. So now what we're going to do is get rid of the lower vibrational beings that have been trying to keep in touch with you and do what they do. By the time
Hmm.
we're done doing the scanning, you're going to feel totally different. You're going to feel really good.
Yeah, no, I would appreciate that. Yeah, that would mean a lot. Thank you.
No, I definitely do this unconditionally. And people new to my show, my father gifted me the ability to remove implants with the palm of my hands. I don't have any mechanical devices or something on Star Wars, some medical thing. I do everything I do is real. It's all documented. Myself and one other person, my friend April in Vermont, were the only two people physically that are able to remove implants, and we have done that. So, all
Yeah.
right, Kate. anything else you want to say as we wind down the show at about probably 5:25 a.m. in Scotland as we
Yeah.
wind down the show? Well, anything else you want to say to our audience?
Just want to say, just keep believing, just keep shining your light, keep being happy and positive, because don't let anything like low vibration attack you or get to you, if you know what I mean? Because that's what they want. They feed off your energy. If you're like down or you're feeling sad or you're feeling angry and that's what they feed off. That's what they love most. Whereas if you're positive and you're vibrating in a high frequency, they're not going to attack you. You're not going to come under attack, if you know what I mean? So just keep shining bright, being a positive person, be kind to each other, help each other's the message that I keep being told. Keep being on a high frequency vibration. That's
Yeah,
what they're telling me. Don't be low, don't let them feed off you. Just ignore it. Block it out. Don't let them get to you. Just be a happy, positive person.
absolutely. And the people that they're telling me they have implants tomorrow night, we will do earlier in the evening. I'm going to start with Kate, but and actually with the other person that was on earlier, her friend who's being abducted by the Zeta. Tomorrow night we're gonna do some implant removals. I'll make a video about it in the morning for tomorrow night's show. It's not going to be the whole show, but I will tomorrow night do implant removals. So if you think you have an actual implant, pay Dan Rose. Um, Pay Dan Rose tomorrow night if you can be on. I will work with you as well, and we will remove the implant. If it is a lower vibrational ET implant, I can remove it and destroy the implant. So yeah. Okay, thanks for being on here. I appreciate you
Oh,
again.
you're more than welcome. See, once they're taken out, does that mean they don't track you anymore, basically? Once the implant's out?
Once the
Because
implant's out,
I have heard
when
of the
I
low
take out,
vibrational ones tracking you if you got the implant, which means they kind of
yeah, they
follow
can
and
track
track you
you.
kind of thing.
Yeah, once I take the implant out and take any implants out of you, Kate, the negative ones won't be able to even know where you are anymore. When I take implants out, folks, just to let you know, I put a protection around the person's body. I call it a light suit. And I scan their whole house and clear all the energies out, put a protection around their property, and we go after the negative ETs or lower vibrational beings, and we send them off planet. So there's a number of things we do with each person, and just to make sure we do it correctly, you'll see what I do, my palms in action tomorrow night as we do remove implants from a number of people. So if you've actually physically been implanted by lower vibrational extraterrestrial intelligence. On this show, Encounters, not only do we bust the matrix, not only do we show footage of what's going on. As a matter of fact, I want to show one video tonight before I go. It's from China, the Fujian province. I want to, Kate, thank you again for being on here.
Oh,
It's
you're
been
more than
great
welcome.
having
Thanks
you.
for having
You
me.
know, yeah, and yeah, I thank you so much. We are winding down. I want to get this video. If you have more information, folks, you want me to see, we'll do that tomorrow night at 11 o'clock Eastern on Encounters. Please go to my bio on the top right. I want everyone to follow me on my bio. So there's a follow button, like the red button. Press that, and also the like button before you go. My YouTube channel is Astroturk Man Spaceship News. It is on my bio, and I'm going to go to this video, which I want to show here. If I can show it here, let's see here. Okay, where is it here?
I'll go down just now, but I just want to say thanks very much for having me. I really appreciate it. And everybody, please follow him. He's fantastic and he's great at what he does. So, yeah, show lots and lots of love and respect. And I will speak to you all soon. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you, Kate. Thanks for being up
You're more
here.
than welcome. It's been a pleasure.
All right, same here. And I'm going to show this video here. I'm going to get it, fleet of UFOs. I think it's the Fungi province. Let's see here. Fungi province. Of course, now I can't find it. This would have been, let me just take a look here. of the name of it. Let me take a look, folks. I'm going to do my Google thing here. Is it on here? Nope. Let's see if we can do this here. We're going to show this video before we end the night. Let's see if I can do this here. Hold on a minute. UFO fleet, Fungi province, China. Okay, where is it here? Nope. Darn it. I had this video. I'm going to show this video tonight if it's the last thing I do. Actually, I know where it is. Let me go on here. Okay, we will go to this video, and if I can take a look at it here. Okay, let's see here. UFO fleet. And you're going to see this. It's going to be, I think it's called the Fungi province. Oh, here it is. I think I found it. I'm just trying to find the original video. Let's see here if we can show you the video here. Hold on a minute. And it was videotaped by a person in China. And I think it was like February. There's the person in China that recorded it. And let me see if I can still see it. I'm going to show you this video here, folks. Let's see if we can show you a better quality picture of the video from China. I had a really good thing about China. Let me see if I can go back to it again. It'll come up. It was over, yeah, FUJIAN. Okay, let's see. FUJ. Let's see here. FUJIAN. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, now let's see here. Here it is. I'm going to show you the video here. Is there any audio on this? There is audio. Not on this particular one. Let me see here. Okay, let me see if I can give you a better. There's a better video here. I'm going to show you this one here. And you'll see it here. Let me see if I can get to that person's name. So I'm going to try to show you the video here. Okay, hold on a minute. These generals. Right, people, we got. And it was a very big deal. Well, I'm just going to show you the video here. Take a look at this. You'll see what happens in a minute here. Let me see. So we're going to go to this video here. I've got it. I'm going to try to see what's going on here. Hold on a minute. And we're going to switch here the camera. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the video here. No sound. See if I can bring it up a little bit. This is from China. Let me see if I can go back. Here it is. Right here. This is in the Fungi province. This was mid-February of last month. A whole fleet of spaceships for entertainment purposes only. Again, this is Fungi province in China. Yeah, it was February, so it has been shown, but it's, I just found the video footage just the other day, and I think it's really important footage. Okay. Well, anyway, there's some more footage of this thing, and I just want to thank everybody for being here. It's been a great night. What they're going to do, more sharing. It's now about 1:37, so it's time to end the show. Please, if you have anything you want to share, any video footage, any spaceship footage, if you're a contactee, if you have top security clearance, we'll be on tomorrow night. And again, we try not to ignore anything. So many things are fluid here. When we're interviewing people, we try to focus on multitasking between the interview and looking at the person and some of the comments here too. Everybody, we love you all. Everybody have a good night. Please follow me. If you're not following me, we had 149,500 likes. That's phenomenal. But I need you to go on my bio right now before we sign off, all 424. For those out at 424 that are not following me, press the follow button and also press the like button. Please do that tonight for me. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. Have a good Monday. And you're watching Encounters, a show that's out of this world. Let's bust the matrix together. Take care, everybody. Thank you for the gifts.